Adventures in time and space. Transcribed in future tense.
Dimension X.
In the beginning, there was Jordan, thinking his lonely thoughts. Out of the loneness came a longing. Out of the longing came a vision. Out of the dream came a planning. And out of the planning came decision. Jordan's hand was lifted, and the ship was born.
You, look out! Are you all right? Yes, it missed me.
What was it?
A mutant with a slingshot. I think it dashed down that passageway.
You want to go after it?
We'd never catch it, Alan. It's probably 12 decks above us by now.
I didn't think they ever came down this far. Patrols usually get them before they reach this level.
They get more daring with each generation. This one looked like a female.
Male or female, it might have killed us. I told you this trip was pure foolishness. Climbing 24 deck levels to hear a crazy old man rave.
We're almost there now. Compartment X15, level 24. This is the place.
This area smells as if it hadn't been visited by a sanitation crew for generations.
Part of the ship is almost deserted.
Yes?
This is the compartment of John the Witness.
Who are you?
My name is Hugh Hoyland. I'm a cadet from the scientist barracks. This is my friend Alan Mahoney.
What do you want of John the Witness?
Only to talk.
Are you a believer in Jordan?
Naturally.
I have heard that there are those among the younger scientists who doubt the word of Jordan.
To doubt is death. We're not heretics.
Enter.
I have brought a gift of tobacco, grown on the richest level.
It smells good.
I assure you it's the best.
Wait here.
What a rat's nest. What the devil do you think he can tell you?
I don't know. Now, hush.
Well?
You are John the Witness?
I am.
Good eating to you. I am Hugh Hoyland. This is my friend, Alan Mahoney.
What brings a gentleman of the scientist class to my humble apartment?
I have heard that you and your parents before you have long been keepers of the legend of the ship.
Since Jordan gave the word.
I am anxious to hear the word as Jordan spoke it.
Why?
You see, among the young scientists, there have been some who talk against the word.
There are regulations against such heresy?
Some of them say the ship has no purpose. They say that we're here accidentally. That we have no more grace in Jordan's eyes than the most deformed mutant who dwells in the highest level of the ship.
What shall I say to you?
I wish to hear the word from the mouth of one who knows, that I may become more convinced.
Sit. You have gift for the witness?
The finest tobacco.
Good. I will dim the light. Now, pay close attention, for these are the words as my father's father's father gave them to his son's son's son. This is how the ship came into being, how our people were created. In the beginning, there was only Jordan, thinking his lonely thoughts. In the beginning, there was darkness, formless and dead. Out of the loneness came a longing. Out of the longing came a vision. Out of the dream came a planning. And out of the planning came decision. Jordan's hand was lifted, and the ship was born. Mile after mile of good compartments, tank after tank for golden corn, ladder and passage, door and locker, fit for the needs of the yet unborn. He looked on his work and found it pleasing, meet for a race that was yet to be. He thought of man, and man came into being. Then Jordan checked his thought and searched for a key. Man untamed would shame his maker. Man unruled would spoil the plan. So Jordan made the regulations, some to speak and some to listen. Order came to the ranks of men. Crew he created to work at their stations, scientists to guide the plan. Over them all he created captain, made him judge of the race of man. Thus it was in the Golden Age.
These are the true words?
As my father's father taught them.
But what of the strange beast-like people on the upper levels of the ship? Surely Jordan did not create them.
Jordan is perfect. All below him lack perfection. You have heard of the legend of Huff?
I have heard that he mutinied against Jordan.
Darkness swallowed the ways of virtue. Sin prevailed upon the ship. And before wisdom prevailed and the bodies of Huff and his followers were fed into the converter, some of the rebels escaped and lived to father the mutants. They are tainted with the sins of their fathers.
One more question, witness.
Speak.
What is the ship?
The ship is a great sphere, 25 kilometers wide and 100 levels deep.
I know that, but what about the upper levels?
The regulations forbid us to venture into the upper levels, but it is said that beyond the levels of the mutants lies the forbidden place where Jordan's spirit prevails.
So I've heard. But something troubles me. Something which prompted my coming here.
Yes, my son.
What lies beyond the ship?
What?
What lies beyond the ship?
This is heresy.
Answer me.
I will not permit such talk. The ship is complete. The ship is universal. The ship is everywhere. The ship is endless.
Your mutterings are those of a frightened old man. They answer nothing.
You question the word?
I think you lie.
Hear me, Mr. Highland. For what you have already said, I can have your body fed to the converter, your soul launched on the endless trip.
You threaten me.
Hugh, for Jordan's sake.
You think I fear this dried fig of a man?
Hugh, sir, my friend is impetuous. He doesn't understand.
I might be persuaded to forget a substantial gift.
You pig.
Hugh.
Come on, Alan. The sight of this so-called holy man offends me.
No, you shall not leave.
Look, don't try to frighten me with a gun, old man.
Remain where you are, heretic.
I warn you, put down the gun.
No, no closer.
Drop it.
Very well, then. Death to the heretic. Alan, get him!
Is he dead?
I don't know. Come on, Hugh. We've got to get out of here. Now where? We can't go back. They'd feed us into the converter. What's that?
The old woman must have turned in an alarm. Come on, the patrol will be here in no time.
Where can we go?
The upper levels.
But the mutant.
We'll have to take our chance. Listen, that's the patrol we've got to climb.
There's a hatchway. Down the corridor.
Quickly.
Halt! Halt, do we fire?
The ladder.
Hugh, wait. How far are we from the outside wall?
Judging by the slope of the deck, about 2 miles. Mutant territory. Come on, we'll try this passageway.
Hugh.
What?
I don't know. I feel as if we're being watched.
It's your imagination.
Perhaps not.
Oh! It's only a ship's rat. Get a grip on yourself.
It's as big as a dog.
Come on.
I can't drag myself much further.
We've got to find a compartment with water.
Oh, if only you hadn't asked him that stupid question.
There's no use going over that.
Why did you do it?
Why? Alan, I've been thinking about it for a long time. And when he began to give me those stupid pat answers, well, I just saw red, I guess.
But who are you to question the ways of Jordan? When you asked me to go with you to visit the witness, I thought you wanted spiritual help. I never dreamed
I'm
that
sorry, Alan. I couldn't foresee this. I didn't know what...
Wait a minute.
Now what? Another shipwreck?
No. I thought I saw something move near that bulkhead.
I didn't see anything.
Maybe my eyes are going bad still. Listen. You behind?
Alan, look out! Where am I? What are you? Get away from me! Alan! Alan! Look out for that knife! Stay away from me! Alan! Alan!
Don't kill him, Bobo. Not yet.
Who are you?
Must forgive my friend Bobo. Like so many of my people, he's rather impetuous where members of the so-called super race are concerned.
Who are you? What place is this?
As you can guess from my leg, I'm a mutant.
Where is Alan?
Your friend is dead. I was not able to restrain my people in time to save him.
Why don't you destroy me and get it over with?
We do not kill for pleasure, Mr. Hoyland, only when necessary.
You know my name?
I read your identification tag.
Who are you? Mutants can't read.
My name is Gregory. I'm a leader of my people. Although we are unfortunate in our heredity, Mr. Hoyland, many of us are quite intelligent.
Why do you live like animals?
We would rather live like free animals than like regimented slaves, as you do.
I've heard that you practice cannibalism.
Undoubtedly, you hear many things about us. We raise our own cattle on the upper levels, and those of our people who choose to farm raise enough crops for our small population. You turn your head. Why?
This one. I've never seen a creature like him.
Bobo is an unfortunate. He was born without the power of speech.
How can you tolerate a monstrosity?
We have learned to live with difference. If we began to destroy our imperfects as you do on the lower levels, there would soon be no one left.
It violates the regulations. The word of Jordan
You know,
states...
Mr. Hoyland, your people are really primitive and barbaric.
You dare say that to me?
I dare say a good deal more. Let us go to my compartment and speak further. I'm always interested in information of the lower levels.
I won't give you any information.
Bobo, I want Mr. Hoyland in my cabin, please. I advise you to go quietly, Mr. Hoyland. Bobo has a hatred of superior beings, which is unfortunate, but quite understandable. Proceed. Enter, Mr. Hoyland.
This is where you live?
Yes.
But you have books.
Stolen from your libraries, Mr. Hoyland.
Compton's Astrophysics. The Philosophy of Interstellar Navigation. Celestial Mechanics. You have read these?
Most of them.
Why did you bring me here? What do you intend to do?
Do you believe in Jordan, Mr. Hoyland?
There is no other belief.
And the trip? I suppose you believe in the trip, too.
Well, what else is there to believe? When you die, your remains are fed to the converter, and your soul makes the trip.
And where does the trip take you?
Why, to Centaurus, of course.
Huh? And what is Centaurus?
Why, Centaurus, mind you, I'm just telling you the orthodox answer. Centaurus is where you arrive when you've made the trip. A place where everything is happy and everybody's happy and there's always good eating. It's mythological, of course.
And you believe this?
The peasants believe it, literally, but many of the younger scientists like myself know that it's figurative, symbolic. Why do you ask?
Didn't it ever occur to you, Mr. Hoyland, that the trip is exactly what your peasants believe it is? That the ship and all the crew were actually going someplace, moving?
The ship can't go anywhere. It already is everywhere.
Imagine a place bigger than the ship, much bigger, with the ship inside it, moving inside.
But there can't be any place bigger than the ship. There wouldn't be any place for it to be.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Listen, you know the lowest level?
Yes.
If you started digging a hole in the lowest level, Where would that hole go?
Where would that... Oh, no. No, it's forbidden to think such a thought.
Where would it go?
No. No, I can't think about it. Bobo.
Bobo, we're going to take Mr. Hoyland to the place.
Where are we going?
To the top level.
But it's certain death.
Nonsense. I've been there 1,000 times. Come along.
No, I won't. You can't make me.
I think we can. Now, shall we proceed peacefully, or shall I have Bobo persuade you? Open the door, Bobo. Inside.
What place is this?
This, Mr. Hoyland, is the main control room. Why, Mr. Hoyland, you're trembling.
It isn't true. There is no such place except in mythology.
Oh, you younger men are so wise, Mr. Hoyland, except for one thing. This happens to be the main control room of the ship.
But it's nothing but a huge room with an instrument panel.
What did you expect?
How do you know this is the main control room?
See these instruments? Using them, the navigator, many hundreds of years ago, actually steered the ship on its voyage.
I don't understand.
I didn't suppose you would. Your people have been so steeped in superstition and ignorance that the whole concept has lost its meaning. Sit in that chair. Don't be frightened. Sit down.
Very well.
Look up. What do you see?
Nothing but a huge shield.
Watch it for one moment, Mr. Hoyland. You are going to see something that few of us have ever been privileged to witness. Something so dazzling that you may find it hard to accept at first. But it is there. It is a reality. And ultimately you must accept it.
What are you doing?
I'm dimming the lights. Don't be frightened. Keep your eyes focused on the shield above us. Ready? Watch.
The shield. It's sliding back. Ghost of Jordan.
Well?
What am I seeing?
The universe, Mr. Hoyland. The universe in all its beauty. The stars, the planets, the suns, the moons, and the constellations. This is your heritage, Mr. Hoyland. The heritage you've been too stupid to see.
But it can't be. The ship is the universe. There is nothing but the ship.
Ah, but there it is. You see it before your eyes, spread out like a canopy of glory. You still deny it? Answer me, Mr. Hoyland. Do you deny it?
No, I can't. They lied. They lied to us.
Good.
Why did you close the shield?
You will see it again if you're not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Many times. I've shown this to others of your people whom we captured, and though they saw it before their very eyes, they would not believe it.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the ship, about the universe. What are these things? How did this come about?
Many thousands of years ago, on a planet like those you've just seen, a planet called Earth, a scientist named Jordan decided to build a ship that would carry men from one planet to another. For many years, Jordan and thousands of others studied and planned. And when they were finished, they built the ship. A ship so large that it had to be assembled in its own orbit beyond the place called the moon. 60 years it took them to construct. And when it was finished, a whole new science had been conceived. Then the trip was begun. The trip that was to land a colony of Earthmen on a far-off planet called Centaurus, millions of light years beyond the furthest planet ever reached before.
How do you know these things?
Among my books are the log which Jordan himself kept. and the records of the journey for the first 40 years.
What happened?
There was a mutiny. A man named Huff led a rebellion of those who wanted to turn back. In the struggle, the navigators were killed, and the crew fell into a state of anarchy. In the years to follow, small groups of men tried to organize the ship for navigation, and each time they failed. Finally, the whole idea was abandoned. And so for centuries, we have swung in space, unmanned, undirected, living in a lost world of our own making, without purpose, without direction.
Why have you told me this? Why have you brought me here? You could have killed me.
Can you guess?
No. No, I can't. Unless... But it would be too fantastic.
Well?
You want to finish the trip. Yes, that's it. What would it take to do it?
A miracle, almost. The crew would have to be trained. Many people, each skilled in a certain duty.
Couldn't you train your own people?
We are too few. Besides, the main drivers in the lower levels where my people are forbidden to go. No. It would mean that both our peoples would have to work together. Our differences encouraged rather than denied.
It can be done. You showed me. You can show others. I can show them.
Can you?
I'll see the captain himself. I have an uncle on the central board. I'll tell him what I've seen here.
And do you think he'll believe you?
Send one of your people with me.
That's asking a good deal.
I'm risking a good deal by going back.
Very well. Bobo will go with you.
He can't talk.
There will be no need for talk. I will write a message guaranteeing safe conduct for a group of unarmed scientists to visit the main control room. Bobo will take you safely through our territory. What happens when you reach your own level is up to you.
One moment. Yes, what you...
Quick, Uncle, let us in.
But this mutant...
He's harmless, please.
Now, what is this? You're wanted
I know
for...
all about that. Listen, Uncle, I must see the captain.
The captain? Are you mad?
You're a council member. You can get me to see him.
They'll kill you. You're wanted for heresy.
I don't care. I must speak with the captain. You're close to him. You can arrange it.
I don't understand why...
Uncle, listen to me. The ship is moving. I can prove it. Do you understand? There is a purpose in the ship.
I don't understand what you're babbling
Never
about.
mind. Just talk to the captain. Tell him I have information of tremendous importance. Tell him I've arranged a truce with the mutants.
A truce?
Here, show him this paper signed by their leader. Do it, Uncle, for my sake.
I don't know.
Please, Uncle. If I'm to die, let this be my last request to you.
Very well. I'll speak to the captain. I'll try.
And you say, Mr. Hoyland, that you saw this with your own eyes?
I swear it, Captain. I swear it on the word of Jordan.
Let me see that paper again. What do you think, Commander Erst?
I don't know, sir. It might be a trick.
I guarantee you safe conduct.
If these things are as Mr. Hoyland reports them, it would pay to risk a few lives.
The man is a convicted heretic.
Still, we mustn't discount his word entirely. He has a safe conduct. The mutant risked its life coming with him. I think we might investigate.
You'll do it?
I'll have an expedition outfitted. Dismiss, Mr. Hoyland.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Captain, do
Commander Erst.
Sir.
You'll make the necessary arrangements for an expedition. I trust you understand.
Perfectly, sir. Perfectly.
Lieutenant,
Mr. Hoyland.
you'd better halt your men here. This is the spot.
Patrol, halt. I see no welcoming party of mutants.
There will be none. Their leader will meet you inside the main control room.
You don't say. And just where is this main control room?
Beyond that door.
I see. All right, men. Ready arms.
Why do you ready arms?
In case of ambush.
Ambush? Don't you think they could have ambushed you on the way up here a good deal more easily?
You know, Mr. Hoyland, I think you're a muty lover. They have a place in the converter for that kind.
Lieutenant, are you mad?
No, Mr. Hoyland. But most certainly you are. To think that we could be lured up here to be slaughtered with a fantastic story about some mythical control room.
Guns ready, sir.
Lieutenant, I warn you, these people have acted in good faith. If you break
Call
that faith
your
now...
mutants to open the control room, Mr. Hoyland.
No, not until those guns are dismounted.
As leader of this expedition, I order you to call them.
I refuse. You cannot do this thing. This is no way to keep a truce.
Very well, if you refuse. Oh, there! Mutant! Come out!
For Jordan's sake, Lieutenant.
Too quiet for comfort. Mutant! Open the door!
Please, Jordan, don't let anything happen. Please don't.
It's opening. Ready, men. Someone's coming out.
Look at his leg.
Horrible.
Steady.
He's walking toward us.
Yeah, I can't stand this.
Look out!
Gregory! No! You fools! You've killed him!
Here come the rest of them.
Fire!
That should teach them a lesson they won't forget. All right, men. Inside the room. Orland, you're under arrest as a conspirator in this ambush.
Ambush, you fool, you blind, stupid fool!
That'll be enough. Have you been inside this place before?
Yes.
What's all this machinery?
These are the controls he would have used to steer the ship.
He's gone out of his mind, Lieutenant.
Steer the ship?
Who? The leader. The one you killed.
This ugly mutant?
This ugly mutant happened to be a man of true greatness.
You're mad.
Am I? This man had a vision which could have saved you, but you chose to kill him because you couldn't stand the sight of his difference from you.
I'll not listen to these ravings.
Close your ears. Shut your minds against the conscience that tells you it's wrong to kill. That tells you that your need to be arrogant only proves your inadequacy to yourself.
Shut him up. Don't listen to him, man.
You can't shut your ears. My words sting you. You cannot shut your mind. And you cannot shut your eyes. Don't do this!
The roof. It's moving back.
Look. Let the vision of this confound your ignorance and blind your eyes. This is the heritage you tried to stifle in your own breasts. This is the heritage of stars and open skies for which men have yearned for centuries. Try to destroy this, and you will only destroy yourselves.
Death to the heretic.
Kill me if you choose. But I say to you that this you cannot keep from our people, that they will seek it out, and the ship will be manned, and the ship will be steered, and there will be freedom and purpose and respect for ourselves. This is your heritage. Look upon the universe. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Check, check, testing, 1, 2. Ah, fuck it. Good morning, yeah. Hi, how are you? That's good stuff. That's good coffee. It's good. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed this morning's episode of Dimension X Universe by Robert Anson Heinlein, starring Mason Adams. Pepperidge Farms. He did a lot of great television. Hey, good morning, Joy. Your vacation got approved. All right. See you in December. Excelente. Muy brillante. Totally happy. Totally. It's totally awesome. And the plane ticket price went down again. Oh, excellent. Excellent. That's awesome, dude. Well then, yeah, baby. That's fucking, can't wait. Can't wait. Fun on a bun. Or at least sideways into a Scooby-Doober. I don't know what that means. I'm about a little over a third of the way through the last season of Scooby-Doo Mysteries Incorporated from 2012-ish. It's really cool. I love me some Scooby-Doo. I'll wait one more to buy the ticket. Wait one more week, huh? That's what I figured. I was going to say that, and I'm thinking, no, maybe he wants to get it now. No, maybe he wants to wait another week. I don't know. Just keep your eyes on it. Actually, check it daily. And then if you see it start to go up a little bit, then you can do it. But if you check it weekly, it might have gone up considerably over that week. But if you check it daily, you can see if it's going up in increments. I don't know, I guess. I've never bought plane tickets before, so... my daughter buys the concert tickets. I'm just not good at stuff, I guess. These days. Back in the old days, I was good at stuff. But today, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, hear me now and forget about me later. I'm going to pull out this TV guide here. We've looked at the cigarette ads in both of these things. And we didn't look at Monday or Tuesday. Let's give us some, let's do some Monday morning prime time. 8 o'clock, October 11th, 1976. 8 o'clock. Little House on the Prairie. Adams Chronicles. Minister John Adams. Minister to England. Totally. Rhoda, also on at 8. Un Película. 10 Little Indians, Oliver Reed, Elkie Summer. At 8:30, Phyllis. 9, Andy Williams. Jesus Christ Superstar from 1973 is on at 9. That's a great movie. My friend did that live. He produced it live on stage at the Long Beach Playhouse one season, and my daughter and I got to go and check it out, and it was beautiful. The music was live. It was great. He got married on the same stage a couple of years later. Let's see, Maude is also on at 9. Cactus Flower. Captain and Tennille, variety show. Art Carney, David Soul, Nancy Walker, comedian Howard Itkowitz. Yeah, there you go. 9:30, Time to Run, 1973. Randall Carver. Never heard of it. At 10, not much. Gunsmoke, Odd Couple. 10:30, nothing much. Vespucci manuscript. Boy, there ain't crap on Monday night. That's a good thing. We missed it. Lawrence Welk on Johnny Carson. And tomorrow, abortion is the topic. Let's check out Tuesday. Yesterday. Tuesday evening. And this would be the 12th of October, 1976. Baba Black Sheep in its first season. It's one of those seasons. Probably second. Piccadilly Circus. Tony Orlando and Dawn. Another variety show. Bernadette Peters, Sly and the Family Stone. And that's pretty basic. Babar Comes to America cartoon. Woo! I would have wanted to watch that. 8:30, Ironside. Eduardo 2, comedy. World of Survival. At 9, Policewoman and MASH. Brady Bunch, Odd Couple. Captain and Tennille variety show, repeat from last night. American Indian Artists. One Day at a Time at 9:30 as well, and The Partridge Family. At 10, Police Story. Well, look, also at 9:30, The Gong Show. Rex Reed, J.P. Morgan, Elkie Summer. Ooh. And Gary Owens is the host. Really? Really? Interesting. And then let's check out Wednesday evening. And then we'll do a bong hit. Okay. Hollywood Squares, Wednesday evening. Joan Rivers, Vincent Price, Pamela Hensley, Jonathan Winters, Leslie Uggams, Roddy McDowell, Michael Landon, George Goebel, Paul Lynde, Peter Marshall is the host. In Search Of is also on it at 7:30. Voodoo Rituals in Haiti. Ooh. 8 o'clock, Wonder Woman. October 13th, 1976. Wonder Woman. Okay, this is the first season because they are in World War II. We've just gotten into World War II. The first season was during the war in World War II. The second and third season of Wonder Woman took place in the 1970s in real time. IRL, in real life. There you go. Also on at 8 October 13th, 1976. The Practice. Lucille Ball is the guest star. Good Times. Proposition 14 special. Of course, we know what time of the year this is. National Geographic. At 8:30, Scott Free. That's it. Just a movie. Federal agent. All right, let's see what we got here. All the best. The Practice. Danny Thomas and Lucille Ball. All the best to Scott, what's her face, Michael Brandon, and Susan St. James. Let's see. Ball 4, comedy. Locker room court is convened. Barton stole a valuable watch. All right, 9, Beretta. Theater in America, All in the Family, Fall of Eagles drama. Amazing super growing species of trees soars to a magnificent tree in just 1 year. 9:30, Alice. Comedy, La Criada Bien Criada. I don't know what that means. Hey, good night, Joey. Sorry I missed your message. Have a great night at sleep today and a great day at work tonight. Love you, brother. See you soon. At 10, Charlie's Angels. Woo, woo, woo. And it is Farrah Fawcett Majors is still in it. She's still in it. Jacqueline Smith. Farrah Fawcett Majors. Yeah, first season. Quest. The Quest. Western. Kurt Russell, Tim Matheson. Yeah, Blue Knight. Right on, George Kennedy. Minnesota is a guest star. Minnesota played by P.J. Souls, right? She's the one with the red hat in Carrie. The pigtails. Totally. Nancy was the one who, I don't remember her character name, but Nancy. She was the one who didn't want to do the PE thing. She didn't want to do that stuff. Well, if you don't go, the teacher told her, if you don't do this, you ain't going to the prom. And she's like, well, fuck you, I ain't going to the prom then. And then she's the one that did that to Carrie, the mean girl. Nancy something. She's in Blowout with John Travolta. She plays John Travolta's girlfriend in Carrie. Nancy something. Gunsmoke still on. Still on. 10 o'clock prime time. All right. Johnny Carson, Don Rickles, Pat Boone, flamenco dancer Jose Molina. At 1 tomorrow with the treatment of youthful offenders in the courts is scheduled to be examined. There you go. And then that takes that into tomorrow. Let's check out, before we get too further into the show, let's check out what happened on Monday night. Oh, look at this. This is great. I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. Mother, Jugs, and Speed. 3 people, not Mother Jugs, but Mother, Jugs, and Speed. And if you look at the cast lineup, Bill Cosby is Mother, Raquel Welch is, of course, Jugs, and Harvey Keitel is Speed, because he's a cop that got busted for selling speed. So they say. Accused of selling speed on the job. So he got laid off until he gets his hearing and then goes back to work as a cop. So until then, he's rated for paramedic, so he's doing that. You know, them Vietnam vets, they got a lot of talent. All right. 8 o'clock, Battlestar Galactica. Starbucks long-range recon mission takes him to a forgotten space. A forgotten space penitentiary, where the inmates are descendants of the original criminals. Wow, that's harsh. That is harsh. Born into prison. Ugh. Bob Hope. I guess that would mean that it's a Bob Hope special with Danny Kaye, Charo, Steve Martin, The Muppets, Cheryl Tiegs, Howard Cosell, Joe DiMaggio, Reggie Jackson, Billy Martin. That's nice. Champions documentary is also on at 8 on October 15th, 1978, Sunday. And that's pretty cool. Mother Jugs and Speed. That's a great. Larry Hagman is in that. He's just plays a horrible character in that. He plays a rapist, an ambulance rapist, a guy who gets in the back of the ambulance and rapes the victims. So Speed beats the fuck out of him because he's a cop, and he should, as well he should. All right, let's take a look at Monday evening. October 16th, 1978, Hollywood Squares, Pat Close, Elkie Summer, Connie Selica. Ooh, Connie Selica. She played the girlfriend of the William Katz character on Greatest American Hero, right? The attorney, Robert Culp, William Katz, Connie Selica. Greatest American Hero. Great show. Connie Stevens, Paul Lynde, Elizabeth Ashley, George Cole, Erin Moran, which of course is Joni on Happy Days, and Ed McMahon. Wow, that's a good lineup on Hollywood Squares. Also we have at 8, Little House on the Prairie, Evening at Symphony, WKRP in Cincinnati, Adams Chronicles. At 8:30, People. Profiles of Reggie Jackson, Steve Martin, Leif Garrett. Huh. Very cool. Also at 8:30, 9. At 9, Welcome Back, Kotter. All right. And Anna Karenina, Part 2. MASH. Later, MASH moves to like 10 or something. Or started at 10. Visions, a drama. Super musical movie, The Deadly Game. Also on at 9, The Vatican Affair, 1969 movie from Italy. 9:30, Operation Petticoat. Operation Petticoat, that came from an actual movie. And what's her face from Halloween was actually in this series for a little while. Randolph Mantooth seems to be a guest on this show. John Gage. Emergency. All right. Also at 9:30, Human Feelings, a movie, comedy. It's just a show, I guess. A 90-minute. One Day at a Time. At 10, Rich Man, Poor Man. 3x4, Lou Grant, more Rich Man, Poor Man. At 11:30, Johnny Carson, John Denver, John Michael, Jean-Michel Cousteau, son of oceanographer Jacques Cousteau. That's neat. And let's see, tomorrow, Tom Snyder celebrates the 5th anniversary of his show in 1978. There you go. Let's go to Tuesday evening and see what's primetime Tuesday evening, since we missed that. Because I'm just slacking. Hollywood Squares, John Biner, George Gobel, Steve Landsberg, the Lennon Sisters, Paul Lynde, Rosemary, Baby Rosemary, Paul Williams. Now we're talking. Paul Williams and Tammy Wynette. I bet they got together at some point during the shooting of that and talked about the possibilities, right? Tammy Wynette. Wow. And Paul Williams. Short Paul Williams, right? Just a brilliant composer. He did all of the music and lyrics for Bugsy Malone, so there, among other great things. All right, at 8 o'clock, 8 is enough. Tom takes a job teaching journalism at night school just as Nancy flunks out of college and begins a job search. Abby, Betty Buckley. She's the one that played the PE teacher on Carrie. Let's see. Also at 8, Ishii, 1978 movie. Trace the life of the last Yahi Indian in Northern California, 1911. That's just, that there even has to be such a thing. And of course Dennis Weaver is in it, because he was really a guy going after causes. We need more of those kind of guys around. Political debate, Brown versus Younger, the Jeffersons, Mary Curie, 8:30 in the beginning, and Liars Club at 9, Charlie's Angels. And great performances, John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara, and McClintock. More great performances, Sissy Spacek doing Verna, USO Girl. Oh, nice. Sissy Spacek, she's the one who played Carrie in the movie Carrie. For Love of Ivy, Sidney Poitier. At 10, Vegas, with, of course, Robert Urich. Gospel Academy Awards at 10:30 with Crosstalk. At 11:30, Johnny Carson, Gregory Peck, Martin Mull, Metropolitan Opera soprano, Judith Blagan. And at 1 tomorrow. They don't say anything about tomorrow. So that takes us into Thursday. There you go. We've done the TV guide this morning. Let's get some Snoopy kisses. And boogity boogity. Copy, 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 copy. There you go. Every day I can see. I play the guitar every day. That was it. There you go. That's all. I play the guitar every day. Totally. Still waiting on that phone call. Yeah. Somebody sent me a message on my birthday. Hey man, I'll call you tonight. Love you. And I still haven't gotten it. Of course, that person will probably call when I'm in a shitty mood again. And then I'll probably be an asshole, because I'm an asshole. I am. Like, after a while, I just go, fuck it. And then I become an asshole. And I don't like to do that. So there you go. So I try real hard not to just say, fuck it. Had a horrible day yesterday. Didn't eat much again. Literally, I had a pancake. Tortellinis. I think I ate tortellinis twice. That was it. And then a muffin and milk. But I didn't want to put my teeth in yesterday because I just wanted my gums to heal a little bit where that thing was rubbing. That bump is still there, but my mouth is really healed. So I'm hoping I'll put my teeth in today, eat a whole lot, and hope that that bump doesn't get irritated again. That's all I can hope for. And then at some point, I'm hoping that bump releases some kind of little piece of bone or tooth or something, some little fragment that's in there that's trying to make its way out. So hopefully that will happen. I'm doing, it's not quite 6:30 yet, or 5:30, but I'm doing a bong hit anyway. So all of you keeping track, this is number 2. Cover me, I'm going. I think it's 2. Maybe it's 3. I think it's 2. Before I forget, a couple of things here. yesterday I realized that I had 240 subscribers. So I've reached a milestone. Yay! Yeah. So, thank you, subscribers. I appreciate it. Also, the other day in the mail, someone from Reunion, which I hate to say that because it was more like a confusion. Someone sent me a happy 100th birthday, Lake Elsinore, the town that I grew up in, and it just has a whole lot of stuff celebrating Lake Elsinore. Mainly it's ads, but what's really cool about the ads is that you can see the different stores and places that used to be in Elsinore. City Park, still there, with a restaurant operating right in the middle of it. The old post office. It's just filled with a lot of great pictures. Most of these pictures, probably all of these pictures, I have in books about my hometown. So it looks like these are just a collection of photographs from that book. Mayhall Print Shop, Lake Elsinore. Oh, Mayhall. My father and I actually fixed office machinery at Mayhall Print Shop way back in the early 90s before they closed up. So this is a book that you would have picked up at the in town, and this is 1983, and there's a schedule here for the 100th anniversary. July 1st, Friday, 1983. July 1st, wow, City Park, 5 p.m. ribbon cutting for gazebo. 17 dance at the gazebo, and the adult dance at the community center, with a western band. Saturday at the City Park, flag presentation by American Legion, band at the gazebo. Tour Crescent Bath House, Elsinore's National Historic Landmark. At 11 a.m. Cloggers. At 12 lunch. 2 to 4 Hawaiian dance group. At 5 a skit. At 6 a dinner. Teen dance at the gazebo. Adult dance at the Western Hawaiian group at the community center again. July 3rd, barbecue, Crescent Bath House. This is Sunday, July 3rd, 1983. Hawaiian group was playing again. Square dance at 8 at the Ramada Parade of Lights and Fireworks. Hey, good morning, cheers, fingers. I'm reading this thing from the 100th anniversary of my hometown back in 1983. One of my friends sent this to me in the mail. It's nice to have friends. After fireworks, Hawaiian dance, square dance at Swick Field, the baseball field across the river. And Monday, July 4th, 1983 at the City Park, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Old Timers Picnic, 1:30 to 2 p.m. Charo's Rope Tricks, horses and cowboys and stuff. 2 to 3 folk dances, 3 to 4 Indian dances, 4 to 6 mariachi and personality singers. See? From 4 to 7. And then it would have been over, of course, because people got to go back to work. But look at that. You've got cowboys, folk dancers, old Western stuff, Indians, Native Americans, and mariachis, Californios. Because they made the area. Totally. And then here's the City Park and gazebo in 1983 when they opened it There was a city park there, but then they built the gazebo. Now the gazebo is still there, but the gazebo is enclosed, and it is a restaurant, I believe. Or, no, there's a restaurant next to it. There's a gazebo here, and then they built a restaurant in a little brick building. And it is El Unico, Mexican restaurant that's been there for years. Was it like El Señor? No, but it smelled like El Señor. That was one of the jokes when the conquistadors came over the mountain. Ortega came over the Ortega Mountains before it was called the Ortega Mountains. And he looked down and saw this little swampy lagoon, this little green lagoon, because it was a basin, right? Water would come in, and then it would have to fill up in order to drain out, and then it would just slowly settle back down into the earth. And the joke was that it's, what is that? I don't know, but it smells like El Señor. And that was that. But they eventually put pumps to pump the water out back up so that it would create a lake. And then they created another lake further up one of the rivers, and used that to let water down into the lake. Now it's got a, what do you call it? A dam type thing. And it's all done up pretty, but back then in the old days, it was just all lake bottom, and there was nothing to hold the water back. So when it flooded not just the city, but it flooded the whole valley down below the city. And they eventually fixed that. But in 1983, it was still, we had just come from the 1980-81 flood, which was really crazy. It just wiped out the whole town. The whole town was underwater. And the sewage was, the water flooded the sewage, flooded the streets, flooded everything. So it was really nasty for a while until they figured it out. And by 1983, they were still recovering, but it was better. But yeah, the lake went through a lot of changes from the time, the 1500s and 1600s, when the Californios and the Luiseno Indians were living there in the area. And then the missionary people came and started to change it. And then a guy named Machado bought a big chunk of the town from someone who had it for a couple of years. He bought it, and then he had it for a couple of years, and they sold it to a guy named Machado and his family, and they had it for a long time, until some developers from the city, from Los Angeles, came down and started turning it into an actual town. Can you tell me where we're heading? Lincoln County Jail or Armageddon? No time for old men? I don't know. Yuma? 310 to Yuma? I don't know. I don't recognize that line. If it was a line of coke, I'd recognize it in an instant, man. I was still watching this documentary on Hollywood, in the early days of Hollywood, and it was just really funny to see that back in the 20s, it was just like it is today, if not worse. But the amount of cocaine that was going through Hollywood back in the 20s, right? Cocaine and marijuana and heroin and booze and sex and violence. Just crazy shit. Just crazy shit. I'm telling you, man, it's like fucking wackadoo world. I have got to go down into the desert today. So, my mouth has calmed down. My sore spot there where my dentures have been rubbing. I had my teeth out for the last 3 days because I just didn't want to keep dealing with it. Oh, I got it. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, thank you, senor. So, but I'm putting them in today. I'm putting my teeth in today. I'm going with my daughter down to campus, dropping her off, going to In-N-Out, and sucking down a couple of big cheeseburgers and get that protein in me. And then as soon as we get home, you know, barring any, like, huge pain or discomfort, I'm going to eat again. You know, even if I could eat a couple of more cheeseburgers, I just need to get some real food in me. You know, I've been living on frickin' tortellinis and it's just as little as possible. And I'm going to get diabetes, the amount of sugar that I'm eating with the muffins and the cookies and stuff. So I need to lay off that. My dogs, I think, are going to get skinnier. I put down the food bowl twice a day, and only once do they really actually eat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the food down in the evening like they've been doing, which is when they want to eat, and just let them eat until bedtime. But because they don't eat for a great deal of the day, it makes them hungry, but not over hungry. It's like my one dog, he just snacks all day. Every time he walks by the bowl, grabs a scoop, crunch, crunch, crunch. So he's eating all day long. Compulsive boredom eater. So I fixed that by just picking the bowl up and only leaving it down for a couple of hours a day. So now he only eats, you know, basically in the evening. I was thinking they were going to want to eat twice a day, but they don't. So just once, but it looks like they prefer the evening. So we're going to do that. So what I'll probably do is, rather than do it at 6, if I'm going to do it in the evening, I'll probably do it at more like 4 in the evening, or 5. And leave it down for just the evening, rather than all day, or in the morning and then in the evening. Just leave it down for the evening until bedtime, and do that for a while and see how that feels. I don't want them to starve, but I just don't want them to eat all the time, because they're getting so fat. They're just getting so fat. I don't know, man. If it's street legal, I don't know if I can handle it. It's got to be street illegal, because, you know, that's the kind of street that I like. Street, mean street. That's it. That's what I like. Street legal. Artist of the day? Don't say Dylan. Pick an artist of the day and we'll see what we can gather up. My lava lamp is off because the wax and the what you call it is separated. The two parts that make the wax, right? It's like a thick, gooey wax and then a different kind of wax mixed together. And the one wax is separated from the other. The sticky wax is stuck to the glass, and the other wax is like clear. So I'm like, you know, what the fuck? Alright, I am going to heat up my coffee before I do this bong hit and pick out the album of the day. So what's the artist of the day? You got 3 choices. What's your first choice? Well, my shirt of the day is kind of a vintage throwback looking shirt. Kind of a dude with a thing holding a thing. Kind of reminds me of the Led Zeppelin, you know, or Penny for the Poor Man, or the, you gotta pay the the guy to cross the river Styx, right? Kind of reminds me of that. But I got this shirt at the Hollywood Palladium a year or so ago, seeing Chiodos and Hawthorne Heights and a couple other bands with my daughter. She went right out into the middle, right in there where they were moshing, right? Somebody bumped up against her and bent her thumbnail way back, because she's got long nails, and bent her thumbnail way back, right? Anybody else would have been sitting on Daddy's lap crying, icing her thumb, going boo-hoo. She would just fuck it. She just stayed. It's the only one of Dylan's albums with a whole lot of horns on it. Oh, like a goat? Knock that off. Okay. What's the artist of the day? And don't say Dylan. The Ferryman Boatman. That's it. The Ferryman. You gotta pay the ferryman. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. And there were a lot of other shirts with the dates and stuff and all kinds of. But this one, it was the shirt that said, "Yeah, get that one." It has nothing on it. Nothing says Chiodos. Nothing. It's just like an album cover. And yeah. So like, get that one. That's the one. Honey, get me that one. My daughter, she's the best. I love my daughter. She's I could not get through life without her. Really, seriously. If it wasn't for her, I would have wanted to check out a long time ago. There's this one song called New Pony, where his horse is called Lucifer. Wow. Lucifer. I got one called Titover. Shut that up. All right. Artist O the Day is somebody. You gotta pick somebody there. Lucifer. All right, well, you're deciding who the artist O the Day is. This day, October 8th, 2025. I'm gonna do a bong hit here, so cover me. Oh, wait, there we go. Snoopy kisses. There we go, little Snoopy kisses. I gotta have some Snoopy kisses. Because I'm a weirdo. I'm going in. When we first discussed it. I'm going to think 8-track. And I'm going to think in a case. So I'm going to go look at a case. Totally over here. On Bob Dylan. somewhere here. I know it. Not Leon Russell. I mean, Leon Haywood. Close. And remember, I can't see the comments. It'll be in the last box, of course. Should check the last box first. There we go. Ooh, this is a good one. I found it. Sheesh. Okay. Leo, or Supertramp's Breakfast in America. I know I have. That's another one that I would have to really search for. This is a great one. I love this one. I haven't heard this since I refurbished it to play. Chewing Pine. Leo Kutke. This is a great one. Yeah, this is a great one. Is he gonna eat it? So there's our album of the day. Leo Kutke, Chewing Pine. And let's go ahead and see if we can dig it up. Why not? What the hell? What the hell? Why not? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ah. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird. Oh. 240 subscribers. Standing on the outside. Totally. 240 subscribers. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get to 250, but I ain't gonna beg for it. Please subscribe. Please like. Please share. Hit the little bell. Yada, yada, yada. I think I did that in one video. And I said, no, I'm not gonna do that again. That feels like contrived. So fucking... That's not me. Definitely not. There we are. Right there, I'm going to shake it and you're going to go, yeah. Wow. Dude's still alive. That's great. It's great. It's fucking great. One of the greatest guitar players of all time. Yeah. He's the reason I'm gonna put my fucking whatchamacallit together. Little 8-track stereo thing going on here. We're gonna share. we're going to share this playlist of Leo Kottke stuff. And then, there we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Go to my show. Everybody says that. Please subscribe and hit the like. I know, it just annoys me. If you don't like and subscribe, earwigs are going to come chewing your brain. Give me a break. I'm like, I'm gone. I'm never coming back to this. Unsubscribe. That's it. Bingo. I will. You start pulling that shit and I will unsubscribe from your ass. There's a couple that I do stay with that, you gotta, please, please, please. The history guy. I subscribe to the history guy. Let's see. Pine. 1976. Is that what we said it was? 1975. 1975. Yeah. There we go. And there we have it, yeah. Did I spell it? Yeah, I got it right. A bottle and a throttle, baby. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday, so if you want to talk about some old time radio stuff, I'm here for you. I'm your man. Old time radio. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? You ever hear the Leo's song "Where the Wind Howl"? Hear the wind howl. No, but I've heard of Thurston Howell the Third, and I wrote some poetry and short story stuff in the Howl literary magazine for the college out here. And every once in a while I'm known to howl at the moon. But no, I have not heard the song Hear the Wind Howl. But yes, I have heard the wind howl, just not the song. Isn't it fun when the wind actually makes like a live animal sound? It's fucking scary, man. Then you don't want to hear the wind howl. It gives shivers up your spine and shit. Yeah. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing today when I get home. I don't. I never know. But I am... Oh, by the way, the question mark goes inside the quotation marks. Right after howl, question mark, and then quotation marks. I'm just saying. What are you, a teacher? No. I'm just fucking with you. Because I love to just, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. No, really, I'm losing. I keep going back to Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill, not the Academy on the movie, what, Taps, right? Not that Bunker Hill. But the old Bunker Hill in Los Angeles, where there were a lot of Native Americans and blacks living in kind of an old neighborhood on a hill in old Los Angeles. Before they kicked everybody out and bulldozed that hill so they could put more skyscrapers and flat streets. If you drive through Los Angeles, look at Los Angeles on a map. If you drive through LA, there's a basin like in LA that's kind of smooth, but everything around LA and a lot within LA, there's a lot of hills, and there's the Hollywood Hills. Los Angeles got a lot of hills everywhere, and it's really weird to think that big city, that big flat city that you think of when you think Los Angeles, is so hilly. It's crazy. It's just wackadoo, man. It's fucking wackadoo. We go through Los Angeles quite often, going to concerts and events and whatnot. But, man, I never realized that there were so many hills. There's so many hills. There's a good deal of Los Angeles that looks pretty smooth. It appears to be pretty smooth. Yeah, baby. Let's see, the San Francisco Hills, right? That whole area. What a weird place, right? And when you think of San Francisco, you think of hills, but if you think back to the movies, right, and you actually look at San Francisco, it's not so much hills as it is a rise in elevation from sea level going out from the bay, right? Isn't that the way it looks on, like, the maps, the relief maps, right? Like, it just kind of goes, it just kind of rises up away. So then you got these streets that go up, and then, at least that's the way I see it. I'm gonna have to grab some topographical maps and take a look at it and see what it looks like, right? What I should probably do is, while we're sitting here, since I never sit here anymore, unless we're doing the live stuff, right? Seriously, I'm just trying to avoid putting my whole life here, right? If my whole life is here, then my family life is out there. I want to be out with my family life, so I'm out with my family life, and then every once in a while I go over and sit down and do something here. Yeah, those streets have been all... I love the streets of San Francisco. The show, the movies, just there's so many great flicks where they utilize that old area. San Francisco. What's that? What's Up, Doc? Isn't that one that's filmed in San Francisco? What's Up, Doc? Robert Ryan, Barbara Streisand. Great movie. It's great. It's good. It's good. It's great. It's great. It's great. Cigarettes. Got to keep cigarettes around. Why? To remind me that I used to smoke cigarettes. Once a cigarette smoker, always a cigarette smoker, right? You can choose to be, or you can choose not to be. And having them here, right in front of my face, tells me that I can choose. I can actually choose. They don't decide for me. I can decide. So I keep them around. There it is. My book, 1984. I need to stick that in the car. There's Aqualung from last week, I believe. Stop. I don't want to call AAA. I don't have to. Bullet. Bullet is one of my favorite. Of course, it's one of, everybody's favorite car chase scenes in San Francisco is Bullet, Steve McQueen, the Mustang and the Dodge Charger. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. It's like 10 minutes long. It's like this huge fucking long. Is that baby oh no, this is actually this is foot powder. This is what you called Gold Bond foot powder. This is what I put in my shoes. And I brought it. It was over there somewhere, and I brought it over and set it here on my desk so that it could go down under my desk, which is where I often leave shoes that I'm wearing. I'll leave my slippers there and put on a pair of shoes, or come home and leave my shoes there and put on the slippers. So on occasion I will douse the shoes or stuff with a little bit of powder. So there you go. Help to keep down the stinky feet. There you go. Especially in the desert. You want to do that definitely in the desert because there's just so much heat, sweat. Yeah, totally. That's one of my favorite movies. Jacqueline Bisset is in that. She's pretty tame in that movie. I believe Steve McQueen at the time was dating Ally McGraw. He dated Ally McGraw right up until he died. And then she did some PSAs about cancer. Because like most of us, he died of cancer. One kind or another, don't matter. The cure is out there. Release the cure. Let's start a campaign. Release the cure. How about that? Fuck treatments. Release the cure. That's it. We, the citizens of the world, want you to release the cure, Pfizer. Period. That's it. Write Pfizer. Write your local government, your federal government. Say, hey, release the cure. We know it's there. Stop fucking around. We know that it's all about the money, and treatments give you more money than cures. You cure people, you can't treat them and make money. We get it. We want the cure. Release the cure. Hashtag release the cure. Period. Period. I'm serious, man. I mean, I kid, I joke, but I'm fucking serious, man. Let's start a fucking movement. You want to start a challenge? You want an internet challenge? There's your internet challenge. Everybody coming on and saying, release the cure. And giving your statements about how cancer has affected you. It's already making me a little verklempt. It's hard to think that corporations and our government, Americans and citizens of the world, could actually do this. But then again, it's hard to think that they wouldn't, because there's so much money to be made in it. So who's the heartless son of a bitch behind hiding the cure? Well, he needs to be outed, and we need to put people in charge of companies, in charge of governments that actually give a shit about people and not just money. Because that's all it comes down to, is the money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. And once we get people in there who just don't give a fuck about the money, then we'll start seeing some action. Either really, really wealthy people who just have a heart, or people who just grew up without money and they fuck money. It's more about the people, man. Then we'll see a change. Until then, it's just going to be more of the same bullshit. Really. Over and over and over again. Because somebody's getting rich, and as long as somebody's getting rich, everybody else is going to get fucked. Period. Fucking money rules. And fools drool. And we're the fools. And we're fucked. We're fucked until we collectively, the populace, gets some fucking balls, gets their head out of their fucking asses and says, you know, enough's enough. Enough's enough. Alright? And you know what? You want me to hate somebody because of this? Fuck you. I'm gonna love somebody just because they're different. Fuck you and your, no, you can't love that. You gotta hate, man. You gotta hate. No way, man. And then they want us to believe their bullshit. Oh, we don't have a cure. I swear we don't have a cure. I swear. Oh, you're all so full of shit. Full of shit. You know, and full of money. Full of shit and full of money. And we're just like, oh, okay, we'll believe whatever you want. That's why they got us eating processed foods and garbage like that, right? Because when you're eating garbage, You'll believe anything. That's why most cults feed their cult fucking victims ramen and bologna sandwiches and that kind of crap to keep them stupid and malnourished and underfed. Totally, eh? Yeah, humans never learn. Well, I'm here to teach you. This is Human 101. First of all, the first thing you need to do is just get your head out of your ass. Because that's where they keep shoving it. Right? And you just have to say, wait a second, asshole. No more. No more. You know. Stop believing the Kool-Aid. Whatever Kool-Aid you're drinking, there's a lot of flavors. Pick your flavor. Stop drinking. Stop drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. Just because it tastes good, don't mean you gotta fucking drink it, okay? Okay. So just put down the cup of Kool-Aid. Alright, turn off the news. Build a garden. Alright? Take a hit. Oh, look. I'll take my own advice. Practice what you preach. I kill me. He killed himself. It was a suicide, I swear. Well, how'd he die? He laughed himself to death. They never learn. The proof is in the pudding. I'm human. I never learn. I keep doing the same shit. I know better. A lot of the shit that I do that's bad for me, I know better, but I do it anyway. Because I'm human. But as a human, I can change. As a human, I can ride the fence and not go either. I can absorb stuff from both angles and not be, I'm going to be 100% this or that, right? That's no good either. That doesn't work. That doesn't help you grow. Deciding to follow one path and that's all. Whatever that path is. Follow that path. But don't be afraid to explore the rest and don't believe so 100%. If you gotta throw your... Well, then 99.9. But don't go all the way. You gotta leave room for the possibilities. I'm just saying. You know. You gotta be open to the fact that things could be different than what you're told. Right? And probably are. So don't... Because how disappointing is it when you put all of yourself into something and then you come to find out that it's a sham? Well, if you're not so 100%, it's a little easier to recover from having been devastated. Totally, right? Totally. So, middle of the road, Michael. That's me. Middle of the road. That's the guy. He's middle of the road. Get out of the road! Can't help it. I can't help it. I'm just tidying up here. I figure if I keep moving, keep tidying up, I can get this all cleaned up. And what I'd like to do is bring over some books to look at, because I can just set them here and then look at the desk and we can explore some books together. I've got some great coffee table books with great photos of Los Angeles throughout the years, then and now. And now was like back in the 80s. So I'm still disappointed at Hollywood. All right? I am still so pissed off at Hollywood for the opportunity, the privilege, probably it should have been mandatory. All right? In 2021, there was the 100th anniversary of the construction of the Hollywoodland sign. And what did we do to celebrate it? Nothing. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? I didn't see anything. COVID or not, we should have celebrated it. Chewing pine? That's an expression, I believe. If you Google it, it's an expression. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. What are the benefits of chewing pine sap? Chewing pine needles. It's the last album on the Capitol label, 75. Chewing pine. Let's see if I do this. And meaning. And then what do we got? Yeah. See, there's an old thing about chewing pine sap, or pine pitch, or pine needles, or something. And I just don't remember. It was the thing from A Past Life, right? Because I keep getting the feeling that, not like I've been here before or deja vu, but like I was here like in a different time, right? I don't know. It's hard to explain the feeling behind something like that. Now I'm organizing by stacking, making little organized piles, which is how I usually do it, and then start putting those piles away. Start putting piles away. A little bit of aspirin. A couple of kazoos. I'm just going to probably set those up here as well. A couple of kazoos, a cassette, some receipts, a couple of patches, a bunch of stack of vintage stuff over here to get rid of. My time machine, my secrets box, and it's got a half a joint in it. Look at that. It's got a half a joint in it. Well, a good sized roach. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I'll probably smoke it today. And so in my time machine, I keep a roach clip. There we go. Let me clean this thing out a little bit, since it's got a little bit of ash in there. That's better. Good, I didn't blow it into my coffee. So I keep a, batteries, a pack of papers, a pack of aspirin, my Anacin, my box of Anacin, right? It's got bear in it. I also keep a book of matches in there, and my little roach clip. I don't know where my book of matches went. I don't know where it went. So there's my little time machine, my pocket time machine. That's what I call it. So Ace's mask came off again, his little face mask. So I've got to put it back on Holiday Chicken, because Halloween's coming up and he's going to need his mask. So, and the coasters, the Tatsu Yamashita coasters, album coasters that Joey gave me. That's fucking awesome sauce. Ooh, some Ritz crackers. An Egyptian slave boss thing right here. Right, he's the boss man. That's the boss man. So I got one of those because I ain't no slave. I ain't no slave. I am a fellow citizen of the world, and that's all. My yo-yo, that goes with my time machine, of course, because they go together. My pens. Put my pens away. I'm getting there. I'm actually getting there. What the hell does this guy do? He's just being a dipshit. He's just organizing his desk. Is that a show? Is that a thing? On this channel it is. On this channel, hell yeah. I can do anything on this channel. On my show. Totally Egyptian, eh? It's totally Egyptian stuff. That's the way it is, because it's Egyptian. My measuring tape, my classic vintage measuring tape. Aristo. There we go. I'm getting there. Half my desk is cleaned and organized. That's pretty good. I think I deserve a bong head. Dude, how'd you know? Awesome, dude. The Allen wrenches for my guitar. I need to put those back in my guitar. TV guides, my Chicago Parks book that my daughter got me. Really awesome book. So I need to get some more of these books. I love them about places we visit and my hometown area. I need to get one about Joshua Tree and the area here. I need to get one about the surrounding towns around Elsinore, because there's a lot of great history. Lot of great history, man. Snoopy, Snoopy, Snoop. Snoopy, Snoop, Snoop, Snoopy, Snoop. Snoopy, Snoop. I am going to go and get... Oh! I got the batteries here. Rechargeable batteries. A notepad. My Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real bottle cozy, can cozy. And I'm going to go get a bottle of water from over here. And I looked over here and noticed my plant has one slightly limp leaf, so I am going to water it a little bit and see what happens. And there you go. There you have it. There it is, right there in front of you. Let's see, I think I'm going to wear my watch today because I can, and it's a great watch. And now that it's got a new battery, it holds time. It holds time. I can't believe it's already 6:20. You ever feel like something is in the back of your throat and you can't get it out? Yes? That itch back there, and you go and you actually want to put something back there and scratch it, but you don't know where it is. Did you ever have the feeling that you wanted to go, but then you had the feeling that you wanted to stay? No, never. Yeah. Tonsils, they can do some weird stuff. Tonsils they're glands, and they can hold on to, they can secrete stuff. They can do all kinds of weird stuff. Tonsils are weird. Yeah. Tonsils, yeah. From experience, I know. I almost had my tonsils removed as a child, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I think anybody else in that would have happened, but for some reason, no. Yeah, the only real thing that I've had happened to me in the hospital, I think, was a couple of stitches once. Some eye stuff. You know, hooked up to machines to find out if there's anything wrong. And I've never wanted to go any further. You know, I don't think that... I hope I'm not getting throat cancer. Nah, don't even... Well, do you smoke and drink? Well, oh shit. Then cut it out. Cut it out. You are your own boss. Cut it out. Also, there's things that you can do and take and stuff that are going to help. CBDs and other kinds of, voodoo stuff, they say, that actually helps. But they can't claim that it helps, because then you start getting involved with the taking money out of the pharmaceutical companies. So you're not allowed to claim anything like that, because then, lawsuits, or they just come and you know. It's like we've had electric cars since the beginning of automobiles. But because there was more money to be made eventually off of oil and gasoline and parts and that kind of stuff, then they started getting rid of the idea of electric vehicles to the mass population, to the commercial use. They still had electric stuff, motors and stuff used all the time in industry. Underground. Electric cars were all over underground on tracks pulling ore out, right? So those were all electric. So you don't smoke. Do you smoke pot? Do you? Do you? Thanks, Elon, right? Well, you know, Elon had the wrong execution of the right idea, right? I think that if we had just really worked on cleaning up combustion engines or switching to something like hydrogen, something where you don't necessarily need to mine so much out of the earth of something that's so toxic and then create so many more toxins just in the manufacturing process. The refining, all of that, it's just, God, it's like we, instead of coming up with a cure, we just doubled down on being just horrible to this planet and to ourselves. And to the other life on the, it's not just us. How many other life forms are we going to kill off? You know? We're going to be without coffee soon. I'm going to have I got some kind of thing going on here. We're going to have eventually coffee, chocolate, all that's going to go extinct because we won't be able to grow it. We won't have the right regions anymore. And you can't, they're already trying to transplant stuff to different levels where it's supposed to grow at this level. And now they're starting to grow up at this level and stuff down here is starting to die off, right? Or vice versa. Whatever the situation is, we are the cause of it, period, humans. And it ain't going to get any better until we make it better. And the only way it's really going to get better is having fewer people on the planet and fewer things that cause pollution and destruction. That's it. It's the only way to get around it. This is like basic, simple facts. You need to change things to this and not this. And we keep doubling down on this. Well, let's do this even worse now. And I don't get it. I don't claim to get it. I don't want to get it. I want to get through it and get past it and get over it and get on to something better. And there ain't no money to be made in better. Period. Period. Did you ever have the feel? Shut up! I said shut it. Did I mean shut it? I gotta take this rubber band, and I gotta pull this one out. I gotta pull this one out, and I gotta pull this through. A chicka 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 choo, chicka choo. A chicka 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 choo, chicka choo. A chicka chicka choo, chicka choo. Let's see. Gotta have this little hole here, and put the rubber band over the hole, and then push the rubber band through the hole with the paper clip. Oh. There we go. True to hole. That's it. True to hole. And take my tweezers. There we go. There's that one. And then through the other one. And paper clip. I guess I'll let you see this one. So here's the mask and the hole. See the hole? You can see the hole with a plate underneath it. So I'm going to put the rubber band, the end of the rubber band over the hole, push the rubber band through the hole, push the rubber band through the hole. Alright, let's do that again. I want to keep the rubber band as straight as possible so that it doesn't have any twists in it. And then put the rubber band over the hole, push the rubber band through the hole. And try it again. Push the rubber band through the hole. Okay. And then tweezers, here we go. And then tweezers, hold the rubber band through the hole. Just like that. There we go. And now, all I have to do is tie a knot in each one of these rubber band ends. And that does it. With my big stupid fingers and my poor eyesight, I swear I'm going to be able to do this. I swear, man. Okay, there's one side. And let's take this, flip it around there. The rabbit goes into the hole. Shut up. And then there's that one. There's that side. Okay, and then I can pull these through. Pull these through. And there's my... Uh-oh, it's too loose. I've got to pull one through more and slip the loop down more. Make it tighter. Make it tighter. Totally tighter, eh? Tighter! 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 Alright, now it's tighter and I can put his little mask back on. So now Ace has his mask on. Hey, yay, I got my mask on, yay, I was sad. Oh. That's it. Meet me at the crypt. Aw, dude, is this some kind of code that I'm not aware of because I'm not in the cool gang clique? That sucks. You guys and your code. Yeah, well, meet me at E.T.'s home. Take that. Because that's where the stoners hang out. Yeah. Meet me at the crypt, yeah. It's cryptic. It's totally cryptic. Yeah. Alright, I got cigarettes here. I got cigarettes. 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 And I'm going to put these cigarettes in my drawer. There's one pack. There's another pack. And then in my box here, I'm going to put my weed. No. I'm going to put my secrets box in there. What I need is a better bag or jar or some kind of airtight container to put my doobage in so that I can put it in this little thing here. Right? My little box. Put it in my little box. I'll put it in a box and I'll fucking mail it. I'll T-mail it. Stand up, bear. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up and shout. Shout. Oh, my glasses to see with, but I don't need them because they're distance. So, put them there with that. I'm organizing here. It's coming along. It's coming along. My desk blotter is almost clean. So that's cool, man. That's cool. That's totally cool, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. My stereo remote, my big lighter with the big old beefy heavy metal skulls on it. Totally. My glass bong screens in oil, in alcohol, with a little bit of rock salt in there to grind them. There you go. There you go. There you have it. There it is. I am the crypt. Oh, are you making fun of my hair? That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. Welcome to my crypt. Don't get cryptic on me. Don't call me Mike Kripke either. I don't know where to put this phone yet, so I'm just going to throw it down here on the ground for now until I get this desk figured out and see where I want to put things. I may have to put the phone over here somewhere where it will be able to get used, because I do want to use it as a prop. You know, it helps to prop me up. There we go. We're cruising along here. We're cruising along. I've got a bunch of things here on my desk that I don't really want to put away because they remind me of who I am. Like this little alarm clock here set for 4:20. Totally. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. A stereo remote, some guitar picks, a twist tie that I don't really need. I've got this little rusty nail head or master link pin, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm going to put it in my drawer because I can't throw weird shit away. Because I don't want somebody to throw me away. So why would I throw something weird away? That's just the way I think, baby. This is my pipe. This is my my meerschaum pipe. All right, it's got a native face on it here, and it is used. I have used it quite a lot. I need to heat it up and run a pipe cleaner through it, and then take it apart and clean it and open it up and let it breathe. Because it's a nice little pipe. Still works. Every once in a while, I like to take a hit through it. In fact, look, I'll do a bong hit through it. How's that? I'll just put a bong hit's worth of weed through it. You put too much weed in a pipe, and then half of your weed is underneath burnt weed, and you keep pulling that burnt stuff through that good weed, and all of a sudden everything tastes black, like death, burnt, dead black. So I can't do pipes a lot anymore. I like to do one hitters, because then you're just doing whatever you're doing and that's it. You do it and move on. Alright, so I'm going to see if we can see in the bottom now that there's a little something in there. There we go. Where is it? There it is. Now it's got something in there. Now there's light at the end of the tunnel there. Alright, so I'm going to do a little hitski here out of the old meerschaum pipe. I bought this a few years ago when I was getting into my I gotta have everything old phase. And then I'll use my skulls lighter here that Eddie gave me. Thank you, Eddie. My birthday bro. There you go. Well, that was nice. That was awfully nice of you. Nice. Well, there you go. A little hitski for my sitski. 'Cause I'm a Sitskin. I'm Sitskin here, talking to you. Yeah, heal me now, Sitskin me later. Try to organize a few more things here. And then I think on Throwback Thursday tomorrow, I'm going to bring out some things to look at. And we'll use the desktop here to do that because it's clean. Since it's after 6:30 and we can't really get into anything too heavy this morning, other than what we've been doing. It's been kind of a slow morning, you know. But that's great because I am not up to speed at all. I'm not. Another piece of something that I just can't seem to part with. I wind up with boxes of little things, cups and jars of little things that I just cannot fucking throw away. I'm like a crow, right? I see something shiny and I gotta get it, pick it up. Get some guitar picks here. A 38, a 38, and a 40, a 48. Or is it a 49? 48. 38s are my kind. They're a little thinner. And 38s are my size. Anywho. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to get done here at about 7-ish and have some hot cereal and then lay down for a couple of hours until it's time to go down into the desert to my daughter's campus and deal with that. She procrastinated homework until like late in the evening, which is fine because that's the same thing I would do. I would just put it off until I'm ready to do it, right? Knowing that I can probably pull it off pretty quick. So she works at her own speed, but usually she's busy all the time. The last couple of days she hasn't felt well, so she's kind of been taking it easy, laying back, knowing that it's not the end of the road if she doesn't do something, and she's probably going to do it anyway. And it's for her, it's pretty easy to catch up. So yeah. Well, I clean this pile of seeds off of my desk here. Not seeds, stems. There are no seeds anymore. I don't even want them. I do think I have a little bottle of old seeds from a couple of decades ago. Some Mexican weed. So I think I'm going to look at that and see if I can drop a couple of house plants and see what happens. You know, because that's where it's at. I just want a couple of house plants, a couple of plants that grow to a decent size in the house, not real big. I don't need 50 pounds of weed from one plant. I don't need 3 big giant plants. What I would like would be to have a couple of house plants that are nice and pretty and bushy, and I can decorate one for Christmas on occasion. And then when they're nice and plump and juicy and ready to be harvested, then I can just harvest it, you know. And a couple of times a year have a couple of nice little house plants. That's it. And if I can get something smokable out of it, that would be fantastic. Because, yeah, the last few, there's just no fucking way, man. There's no way, man. Can't believe I have 2 tweezers there. One of them must belong to my wife. Shh. Anywho. I think my desk is about cleaned. I've got a pile of stuff over here that I need to deal with. I need to take my batteries and check them, make sure that they're charged. I can bring my TV guides back over here. Get my Chicago Parks book up there with my Lake Elsinore book. And I need to get a Joshua Tree book. I really need to get a Murrieta, California book. Temecula, California book, Corona, Canyon Lake, Paris, Hemet. Did I say Paris? Rancho, California, Wildemar, the Ortega Mountains, San Juan Capistrano, San Jacinto, Nuevo, Ramona. So many cool areas. Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about the way the place is going here. So there. I think I can... I gotta heat up my coffee and then put together a bong hit. So you don't smoke, but you smoke pot, right? You just don't smoke cigarettes. Right? Well, I guess it's a good thing also I cleaned off the desk here because I've got to do some paperwork. Get some paperwork taken care of. And then I've got to get printer ink. I've got to try to get printer ink this week if I can remember. Maybe my daughter and I will go by the store today and get some printer ink. Printer ink, because that's importante. Crap. Oh, bong hit. Let me put together a bong hit here, because I do that pretty well. We got about 15 minutes left in this morning's show. Standard time. We may go over a little bit. But, yeah. About 15 minutes. Tomorrow, I've got a clean desk, so I'm hoping we can do some perusing through some picture books, some coffee table books, and take a look at old Los Angeles versus 1980s Los Angeles. At least I believe that's when the book is. Now I'm going to start a new pile of stems here. I usually keep a few stems around because my dog likes to munch on them. You know, I used to chew on them, but I don't any longer because I don't have teeth. Oh shit! Stuff it. It's his Wednesday. Yeah, I don't think my wife is going anywhere because we're going. Yeah. Anywho, I'm really out of it. I haven't eaten a lot in the last 3 or 4 days, so I'm kind of running on fumes. Big time running on the fumers. So today I am going to just gorge myself, binge on a bunch of food, and hopefully not send my body into shock. But I'm going to eat some breakfast and then lay down and then have a protein shake on the way down, and then have a couple of cheeseburgers down there, come home and try to have something substantial before I've had my teeth in too long and just want to take them out. And then if I can eat good enough, early enough, then I can get to sleep decently early and try to get a decent amount of sleep because of nightmares, I've been trying not to sleep a lot. I did okay last night. I don't remember anything horrible happening while I was asleep, so yeah, yay. Things are looking up, I guess. I'm going to start making counterfeit brain cells to replace the other ones I have lost. Counterfeit? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. I go wherever my mind follows me. Sometimes that's to a weird place, and I'm in there and I'm going like, what the fuck is going on? Right? It's like a Scooby-Doo mystery in here. Totally. Scooby-Doober. So the title of the show, of course, this morning, Old Time Radio Wednesday, Born Alone, Live Alone, Die Alone. The conclusion to that is, it's all in the mind. We're born alone, we live alone, we die alone. It's all in the mind. That's the quote. And it's true. No matter how close you are to someone, or how many people surround you, you will always be alone. Always. Permanently and forever, for all of your days on this planet as you exist, you will be alone. No one will know what's inside your head but you. And you will have no way of knowing what's inside somebody else's head. Ever. You're just completely and utterly alone on this planet. Just you. It's just you. There's a devastating thought, right? Wow. Thanks for the depression, asshole. Now I feel wonderful. Hey, no problem. Don't mention it. Better clean this out here. With my little pipe cleaner here. I might have to do another one in this. That wasn't too bad, that last one. I like to switch it up a little bit. Every once in a while use a pipe. Every once in a while smoke a joint. Use my bat box most of the time. I can use a bat box, take a hit every hour or two hits every hour, depending on how my pain level is doing. I can usually go 3, 4, 5 hours without taking a hit. And then if it's like, oh man, I really need, then I'll do a bong hit. If I go out and I know I'm gonna run into at least one other person who smokes, I'll take my time machine and roll a joint and put it in there, and then I'll have that. When I used to partake on the booze, I used to like to keep a flask around as well. Not that I drank, and not that I drank much when I did, but it was like I liked to have not just a time machine, and not just like an escape, but more like a first aid kit, right? If I could, I would keep a little cigarette case with fresh cigarettes in it, or a little test tube or two with cigarettes in them, sealed up tight, moist and fresh, right? A little flask of some really good Glenlivet 12 or something, and then a couple of cigarettes, a couple of joints, my yo-yo, right? Some feel-good stuff, so that if there's an emergency situation, right, and you need to calm the fuck down, or you need to just escape or relax or kill pain or whatever it might be, kill stress or anxiety. There's a way to do that, right? A little thing of gummies, just a first aid box would be great. A little clear box, frosted white clear box with a big red X plus, a little red cross on the side, right? And then have all of those items plus our standard first aid kit plus your not so standard first aid, some pain pills, some mushrooms, some weeds, some cocaine, just the good stuff, not the, no speed, no heroin, that kind of shit. Maybe some hash oil, right? Just a little first aid kit with everything sealed up in little airtight containers so that when the shit hits the fan, you can grab your kit and run. And then you can take care of shit on the road, right? An emergency bug out first aid kit with your not so standard items. One of those items would have to be a vial of cocaine. Cocaine. I don't advocate doing drugs, buying drugs, selling drugs. But I see the things that are natural, somewhat natural, I see them as medicinal, And as far as I'm concerned, you can't tell me how to treat my body and my body's illnesses or ailments. That's up to me. You can't just say, well, you have to go to a doctor because only a doctor can do shit to your body. Fuck you. I am the only one that can allow things done to my body. And if I want to be the fucking one to do it, I should be allowed to. No matter what the fuck that is. Whether I want to jerk off and hang myself or just do a little fucking cocaine or mushrooms or pot to ease my fucking woes. You can't tell me what the fuck to do. We're just getting to the point to where people are allowed to do it. Now you're going to come along and say, no, now you can't do a goddamn thing. I'm going to get a napkin here. Oh, look. That was quick. That's right, I had put some here for just that occasion. A little stack of napkins. Little party napkins. Yeah. Gosh, I hate when we get to this time of the show when I got to start wrapping it up. Which is why we usually go long. Go long. I think I'm just going to do another bong hit. I think that's about the easiest thing here to do. I can get a couple of bong hits out of this here. And I got to make sure that my bat box is filled because that's my on-the-road emergency roadside painkiller kit here. And basically so that when I get down there, I get up, take a nap, and get up, take a shower, get cleaned up, and then get in the car and go down there. Once I get there, I'm going to be sitting at the park for like 2 hours. So I like to get there, get a pillow, get relaxed, take a couple of hits, and then sit there and watch a movie. And then after a couple of hours, I'm like, all right, it's time to go. And then I'll pick her up and come home. I've been smoking since I was 15 years old. So it's like synthahol on Star Trek. I can turn it on or I can turn it off. I can let it affect me or I can just go and turn that shit the fuck off. No matter how much I've smoked, I can always turn it the fuck off. You can't do that with alcohol. You can't just say, okay, now I'm straight. And be straight, right? If you're new to marijuana within 5 or 10 years of starting smoking, you can't really do that. It took me decades to get to where I could turn it off and be straight and talk face to face with a cop and him not even suspect that I'm on, anything. Yeah. But I don't, I'm going to get high, go drive all over. I don't do that. I can't. It's not nice. It's uncouth. And it's dangerous. Now, cocaine, that's different. No, just kidding. But boy, would I give anything for some real, true, honest-to-goodness cocaine. Pure. Right? Uncut. No bullshit. Right? Because I wouldn't do it uncut. I would cut it down with something so that it's less. Or just do a little between the cheek and gum. That's it. That's it. Just a little. Unless, of course, I was on my deathbed and they're saying, yeah, he's about ready to go. Bring in the kit. Bring me my kit. And then I'm popping a line. I'm popping a line so that I wake up enough so I can take a hit of pot and a shot of booze and smoke a cigarette and say goodbye and then give me another hit. That's all I want it for, right? I'm not one to sit around and think, boy, I want to do this and do that and do this. All I want to do is smoke pot. But if I'm on the way out, boy, I would definitely want to check out my way, you know. And that would include a little bit of mushrooms, a little bit of pot, some cocaine, a little bit of booze, a hit off a cigarette or two, you know. Some hugs and kisses, some, I love yous, and feeling good and energetic on the way out, right? Because you're going. And when you're going, you get a little bit of, as that flame burns bright as it burns out, right? You kind of get a little bit of that as you're going out. So I want to kick that in the ass as I'm going out and really take that flame up, and that's if I have the opportunity. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to go out the way they want to. I just want to plan for it just in case I'm able to. He's had a heart attack, he's had a stroke, he's got cancer, he's on his way out, he's got a few minutes to go in and say goodbye. Bring me my kit! Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you, I love coffee. I stopped drinking a lot of Cokes and sodas because I don't eat enough food. I don't drink booze or alcohol because I don't eat enough food, right? I drink coffee in the morning, I have cereal, I have a couple of meals during the day, light meals, but nothing much, right? I'd like that to change, but I just have to work at it because it's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna reboot my comments here and see if I got anything else covered. Oh, see, I knew it. There's a bunch of comments here that didn't come through. The Godfather of Doom. I got a corn cob. No, I don't have a corn cob pipe. Pack rat, yes. Not the rat pack, but the pack rat. That's me. You got to have a female and male, right? Well, if you want to reproduce. Like, are we talking animals? We have the imagination of ourselves. Totally, see? It's all in our mind. I'm so funny. I forgot coffee. Coffee. I'm telling you, man, coffee is the shit. Coffee is my life. Coffee is what I do. I see we got some other viewers there this morning. I know one of them is me, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that feed there. Plants and animals. Ants and planimals. I got a bong head here. I'm going in. I'm going to smoke some plant here. Yeah, that's the band of a bunch of Robert Plant clones. They're called Plants. Yeah, implants. I've often thought about getting some implants, right? Some butt cheek implants. Not because I want to look sexy, just because I want to have a cushiony Sit down. Look at that guy's ass. It's huge. Yeah, but I'm comfortable. I sit down, man. I don't even know it. Am I sitting down now? He's got a huge ass. Oh my God. The guy thinks he's Bon Scott. Holy hell. No, really. They... Bye. Giggity, 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 giggity. Weed plants, don't you have to have male and female? No, only if you want seeds. You only want the female plant if you want big buds. If you want those big buds to have seeds, then you must have a male. When they're young, you can look at the armpit where here's the stem, and then you got this little knuckle sticking out that's going to start off to be a leaf and then a bud. Right in there, in that little armpit, a little stem will come out that'll have these little balls on it. Literally, they look like little seed balls. And if you see that, you need to catch that before it grows long. Right in that little thing there, it'll grow 2 little leaves like this, and then that'll grow out into a bud. Or it'll grow 1 little thing out that grows up and little balls grow, and then that's a male. You yank that fucker, because if it gets too old, it will tell the female to produce seeds, and you're fucked. And then you got a lot of seeds. So only if you want seeds do you require a male. If you want to reproduce that particular plant, then yes, you will need seeds. Doesn't matter what kind of other plant. You can cross-pollinate. It doesn't matter. Totally. So I need to find some old seeds that aren't time sensitive. That, you have to grow them in this amount of time, and they have to have this, and they got to bud them here, and yada. So I'm gonna just see if I can dig up some old school seeds. I've got shit from decades back in our trailer. So hopefully there's something there. Hopefully. I have hope. I'm full of hope. It is after 7. October 8th, 2025. We are in the full swing of Halloween month. I am just about ready to head on out of here for this morning, because I must. I got stuff to do. Gotta do my usual morning rituals. How do they pollinate each other? The same way other plants do. The same way other plants, bees and bugs and stuff, you can do it yourself. You just take the 2 plants next to each other and do this and shake them into each other. That's fucking easy, right? If they're in the same area and you have a fan on or wind on, wind coming through the 2 plants, pollination. It's pollination's pretty easy. If the stuff is close together, right? Especially big, bushy marijuana plants that have a lot of pollen and dust and crystals and stuff on them. And I would just take the 2 plants and just kind of bang them together. That's it. That's the easiest way to do it. Or you just let nature take its course. Some people actually, it's like they're in a laboratory type environment doing that kind of shit, and they have to do it themselves with little toothpicks or something. Fuck that. I just want your regular old seeds, outdoor plants, That's all we need, man. Just your regular seeds. And if I find regular seeds that it's like, oh wow, this is just regular red hair, the seeds grow perfect just like they used to, then what I'll do is I'll grow another crop and let there be a male, and then I can get more of those seeds. And then I would definitely want seeds, because then I would just want to keep that strain alive. Keep the strain pure. And just grow a bunch of really good old style weed, right? That would be great. Because you can't get that anymore. And it tastes differently, it acts differently, feels differently. You smoke pot, right? You never answered my question. You don't smoke cigarettes, but you smoke pot. Because I'm going in again, man. we're still here. I got another bong hit. Yeah, going in. So, what are we doing today? What are we doing tomorrow? What are we doing this week, this weekend? I am going to be working on a video time machine this week, like skunkweed. I hope so. Skunkweed is like really good stuff. I hope that the seeds that I have are more old school Mexican red hair sativa. That's what I'm looking for. I can get skunkweed. I wish I could get the original skunkweed, 1980s for Humboldt skunkweed. That would be great. Indica. I'd love to get some of those seeds, but you just can't anymore because everything has just been so over fucking processed. So if I could just get some really good old school sativa plants growing. You just got too stupid. Right? See? Rookie. You fucking rookie. No, if you don't smoke it all the time, then yeah, you get really silly. And you don't want to do anything, and you just get lazy and stuff. I get real imaginative. I use it to kill pain. That's all I use it for anymore. Whatever benefits it gives me, side effects, benefits it gives, that's great. But for the most part, I use it for pain. So I only try to do it when I'm in pain. I smoke several bong hits in the morning to get over reconnecting with that pain when I wake up. Right? And then the rest of the day, I kind of ease up on it until the evening. And then in the evening, I may do 1 or 2 hits before I get into bed, an hour or 2 before I go to sleep. Right? Because I know that if I smoke too close to bed, I'll be coughing when I lay down. And by the evening, I've been smoking a little bit all day, so I'm pretty good. You know, I don't need to worry so much about the pain. And because I do enough for pain, it takes care of all of the other reasons I used to smoke. Social anxiety, stress, depression, pain, poverty, illness, whatever. So there you go. There you go. We're still here. It's just about 7:10 on October 8th, 2025. I think tomorrow or Friday we'll actually do a little guitar playing, right? If on Friday I can wear my teeth in the morning, that would be great, because then I could have some actual vocals going on and feel good about singing. So fingers crossed that Friday morning I can put my teeth in early. Of course I'll have to take them out early, but I'll put them in early, spend the morning with my teeth in. Do a little singing. 10:10 there, huh? There you go. Diaz. Totally. Look, a bong hit. I'm gonna do a bong hit. Now, your honest opinion, does it make me stupid? Because I've been smoking straight here for 2 hours, and I don't feel stupid. I feel pretty normal. I think that when I'm not smoking, then I feel stupid, and then I feel different, and then I feel... That's when I really feel weird or odd or unnormal, unnatural, right? But when I'm smoking, that kind of balances me out, and everything's right. The pain's not so much. I'm not so worried about shit. I'm not frustrated about being alive. You know, I can talk, and I feel comfortable engaging in conversation. Yeah, when I'm not smoking, I just want to sit in a ball of pain and go, fuck this. Fuck it. Or I just get mad. I'm mad at the pain. Mad at the world for being so stupid. There's so much knowledge out there. We've come so far. People are so genetically able to learn so much and do so much. And they set themselves up, they cut themselves short every time, you know. And there's nothing wrong with thanking Jesus or thanking God for whatever abilities you have or whatever's come your way. But you need to be able to say, I did this. You know, thank God, but thank God that I'm here, period. Because I was able to do this for me or for them or for this or for us, right? People need to give themselves credit more. We really need to give ourselves credit more as humans. So that when it's good, we take the credit. When it's bad, we take the credit, right? And thank God we're here to be able to do that. And that's it. But we need to take responsibility for everything. You know, I'm not that bad. Your memory was really affected when you smoked, huh? Well, mine too. But my memory was affected from childhood, right? And it was my short-term memory affected. So I had trouble all through my childhood remembering stuff that was going on, remembering people and things and events and stuff. But as I got older, I started to remember a lot about my childhood that I had emotional connections to, right? And because I was a very emotional person, I was really connected to a lot of events from my past. Yeah, baby. So that's kind of where we're at now, is I'm coming through the 90s right now, and I'm still wanting to be back in the 80s. But, you know, like memories of my daughter in her first 5 or 6 years aren't there because I was taking antidepressants, and I have no emotional connection to a lot of stuff. I got bits and pieces, but I got more of my own childhood than I do of my daughter's, and that sucks. I was there. So granted, I was working, 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day, busting my ass to survive. But I don't remember much because I had to take antidepressants to fucking get through it. Antacids, antidepressants, smoking pot. I was drinking alcohol when I couldn't find pot just so I could go to sleep. Smoking a lot of cigarettes. And then when I realized my daughter was allergic to cigarettes, I stopped smoking cigarettes right about the time that I got that neck injury thing. So I stopped smoking cigarettes around my daughter and was cut down way low. And then I just gave it up, stopped smoking. I forgot to pay the water bill. You would forget to pay the water bill. Right. See, that's where I've always been. And the first 5 years of our marriage, I think, I was trying to be the responsible one, and I just was not doing it. I was not making it happen. So finally I just got to, you know what? I would go out and I would work, and I would, on payday, I'd go out and I'd buy a bag of weed for the week, and I'd give my wife the rest and say, here, deal with everything else. Eventually, as I got older in the last 7-10 years, I decided to slowly start putting things into my wife's name and into my daughter's name. And if not jointly, then like the cars, all the cars belong to all of us, just in case something happens to one or two of us. So I decided that's probably a good idea too, because at some point I'm not going to be able to be responsible at all for that kind of stuff, or I'm just going to die, and who's going to know what to do, So we worked it out that now my wife knows everything about paying the bills and taking care of the household, and now my daughter knows everything about that as well. Has access to the accounts, has access to the bills and how to pay the bills. because they know that I cannot be held responsible in any way with the financial dealings of the household. You know, all I require is a small stipend every week to buy a little bit of weed. That's all. And I go out and I try to work as many jobs as possible that week to help offset that. That's it. You know, other than that, we try to keep our finances pretty low, because if you let things get too big, when things become depressed as far as work, you don't want to have to downsize everything every time someone loses a job or the economy takes a hit or tourism goes bleh, right? You don't want to have to keep downsizing. Well, we got to sell this car and buy a used one. We can't make the payments on this anymore, so we got to give it up. No, that's not. Buy shit cash. Well, we don't have the money. Well, let's save up for it. Save up for it and buy it cash. That's it. Buy it used from somebody and make 2 payments. You know? Whatever. Yeah. I think that's been the important thing for us, was to keep everything on the down low, so that you never have to downsize anymore. You know? I don't even want to upsize. I don't even want to upgrade, because once you upgrade, there's always a chance you got to downsize and downgrade. You know? And I would rather side grade rather than upgrade. I would rather just do something similar to what we have here, only somewhere else with a different piece of property and a different dwelling, right? I think that's the only thing I would change. Do a side grade, do a side shift. Just a bigger piece of property and a bigger, nicer, more stable dwelling. That's it. From there we can expand upon that if it's got the right acreage. But that's all. I'm hoping that in the next year we can actually consider doing something like that. Something. I don't know how or where. Some place like Colorado, right? If this country, I hate to say it because I love this country and I'm an American and I'm a patriot, you know. And I hate to say it, but if things get shitty in this country, I would just prefer to go to Mexico and live with my family down there, you know, than to deal with more bullshit up here. And that sucks, because I shouldn't want to do that. I should want to be able to stay here and fix this country. It's just that things have gotten so far out of control that there's no going back. There's no fixing, right? It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And we mean less, we mean less, we mean less. How do you combat that? You know, it's corporations and government entities are in charge now. And we mean nothing. Because we're convinced we mean nothing. We have the power, we have the money, we have the means, we have the people. The people have the power. Knowledge is power. It doesn't matter how much money an organization has. It matters how many people that organization has. Right? If an organization has most of the people in the country, that's the organization that's going to get shit done in this country. And it's going to control the people that they have placed in office. And that's the way it's working right now. Those entities are in charge, and they're doing their best to fill their pockets at our expense. And that's got to change. That's got to change big time. And only we can change it as consumers, as citizens, as voters. You know, we need to set it up for us and stop letting them set it up for them. Period. End of story. Get it done. And hashtag release the cure. That's what it's going to take. Release the cure. That's what we need. I'm going to reboot my comments again because... There you go. Okay. I never know. Sometimes I think I'm going to get booted because I start saying weird stuff. And my algorithm's going to go, you can't do that. Right? Totally, eh? Totally. All right, I don't want to do another bong hit. Because I just got to eat and go lay down, take a nap. Yeah. I get the burps. I usually get the burps when I get hungry. I get a little gassy. I get the burps. And then the pain. Totally. Oh, well, I feel good about this morning. It's kind of slow. How do I reboot comments? I turn off my comments, hit the X button where my comments are typed in, and then it goes to a full screen, and then it says, it's got a little comment thing, or it says live chat, and I click back on that, and it takes me back to comments. And then it brings in all the comments that have been posted since it stopped posting the comments, right? Because sometimes it does that, and I don't know why. Probably a glitch in the matrix, or an algorithm thing, where I'm literally saying something that shouldn't be said, really. And so then it won't allow people to comment on that, or won't allow me to see the comment upon that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't claim to understand algorithms and AI crap, but there's a lot of it being used, and there's a lot of it being used against us. I've got it on live chat, and it's live. There's no minus numbers there. But yeah, I'm watching live chat on my phone. My phone is my monitor, and it is what is coming up on YouTube after it goes live from this computer. This computer goes live, and then about 30 seconds later, it pops up on the YouTube channel. So it's going through a filter. It's taking its time to get there. It should get there within a few seconds. But then it's going through an algorithm and being checked. So that if I were to start saying stuff, hate speak, and anti this or anti, then it would kick in and I would get booted. Or, most importantly, of course, copyright. If I were to play a copywritten song right now, the algorithm would pick it up, and there would be an X on my channel that says this channel has been turned off due to copyright something. And then if I turn it off real quick, it'll allow me to come back. If I leave it on, my live feed just dies. From experience, I know this. Totally. And I've gone live from this phone here. When my power goes off, then I turn my phone over here into a hotspot and go live from this phone on YouTube. But it reacts differently. It just doesn't feed right into YouTube. But like I said, I don't claim to understand that stuff. I just know that it's happening. And I can see it happening, and I can sense it happening. I can feel it. I can feel it. It is weird. It is weird. There's a lot of stuff going on right now on the phones, on computers, in science, in medicine, in schools. A lot of stuff we're not aware of that is happening to us. When you go to the grocery store, they're doing stuff to us. It sounds kooky. It sounds crazy. I sound like a conspiracy theorist guy. But it's true. All you have to do is look at the facts. They put it on the boxes now, right? They're doing stuff to us. And they're showing it to us on the boxes, the ingredients. And still, we're gobbling it up. They say right there, this shit's gonna fucking kill you, dummy. But here it is, gobble it up. If you go to the fast food restaurant, right there on the window, we know this shit's gonna give you cancer. but pay the guy and scarf it down anyway. Why? Because we're programmed not to give a shit. Oh, here we go. The 3rd hour rant. Oh my God, he's been doing it 2.5 hours now. He's starting to lose it. Losing it. No, really. They're doing it to us. They're hiding stuff from us. They're doing things to us. They're making us do things to each other. They're using us to do things to each other. Programming shit into us, right? People are doing shit and they don't even know why they did it. It's because it was programmed into you so that you could be turned on and sent to do it. Why do you think they came up with social media? So that you could read people's minds and program people how to think. Period. I keep saying period. Yeah, I must be on my period today, because there you go. No menstruation jokes. Administration? What? Seriously. The first order of business is people need to, I hate to say get your head out of your ass or wake up, because those are the average term, but you just need to pay attention. You need to look at history. You need to look hard at what is going on now versus what was going on 25 years ago. We knew things were going to get weird in the new millennium, but we didn't realize how. Somebody did. If you go back and read Agenda 21, that'll get me canceled here. AG21, that's it. Right there. You see so much of what's happening today in that manifesto. Why do you think that governments around the world who hate each other, they hate each other, all get together during these summits every few years, right? And kiss each other's asses? What we don't see is whose ass they are really kissing, because they're going there not to see each other, but it's like a group of mafia going to kiss the Don's finger, right? Something's going on, and we're not allowed. We don't have tickets to the big show, right? You have to really show off on this planet to get invited to the really big show, and we just ain't it. There's, pardon me, there's what, upwards of 7 billion people on this planet, right? And most of us aren't invited. It's a special club for very few. Even some of the richest people on the planet aren't invited, because it's a fucking hardcore game and we're just not invited. We're not allowed to play. It's a game of Risk. There's something going on everywhere. Every facet of life, there's something happening aimed at us, and we're just too programmed to see through it. Just too programmed. Big time. I don't claim to know what it is. I just know something's going. Yeah, all roads lead to Rome. There's something going on in old Rome. Something's happening, man. And conspiracy theorists are fed enough bullshit to keep them looking in so many other directions. So we don't really get to even consider what could be really going on. We couldn't even fathom what's really fucking going on. But then again, all you have to do is use your imagination. Take a look at all of the pictures, all of the evidence from everything happening. You need like a supercomputer, taking all of the information ever and feed it to an AI, right? Every scrap of knowledge on the planet fed into an AI, and all its job is to do only its job is to think, to take all of this information in and to think, just like that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The most powerful computer on the planet, in the universe, is an entire planet, right? And they ask it, what's the meaning of life, world, everything, right? And then it's like 42 was the answer, right? We need either a human or a computer, an AI, to take all of that information and help us answer our quandaries, our problems, help us to figure shit out. Because if you look at a lot of science fiction stories, that is a solution. Creating something that can help humanity. Let there be light, right? There was this one story of this computer. How, they ask it this question: how do we save humanity? And I need to be bigger. How do we save humanity? I need to be bigger. How do we? And pretty soon this thing is as big as the planet. It's as big as a planet. It's as big as the solar system. It touches the sun. It gets so big. This giant computer. And once it touches the sun goes out, and there's a great explosion out there in space, and it gives us that new sun that we need. Let there be light was the last thing that the computer said. I don't remember what fucking story that was. But if you look at past literature, there's a lot of stories about being saved by computers. Also being enslaved by them as well. I think we're enslaved now by technology. We need to incorporate technology into saving us, not enslaving us. Why are we building robots? The only thing we should be doing robots for is for jobs that we cannot do. Deep sea, looking down into volcanoes, going up into space, colonizing planets, pre-colonization of a planet by robots. That's it. You don't want humanoid-like robots, because then that gives way to slavery. You need to have robots that are just technology, just machines, no thoughts, no ideas, no dreams, just nothing like us. They just need to be machines, right? Because we don't need machines to grow smart and say, hey, we're alive, hey, ho, ho, now we think we're slaves. Because that's a possibility. We need just machines, not robots, not androids, just machines to colonize space. A machine that sets down and it bores down in and it pulls out ore and it takes it to another machine that it sets down and creates a refinery. And then it just does that. And it just, now this machine is creating this machine is creating this. Now we have a processing plant for the ore, and now we have this, and we can make gas, we can make electricity, we can make air, and now we can do all of these things. Now let's get people there. And we've got all of these stockpile of natural resources from the planet now to help start that colony. And essentially they're just big self-driven tractors and that kind of stuff. And that's what we need. We need smarter people, not smarter computers and robots. We need smarter people. Let's put money into that. Let's put money into education. Educating the people of the planet. Not making smarter computers, right? How is that going to help us? Unless those computers are going to get smart enough to know everything there is to know, and then help us save the planet or save ourselves. Something. But no. Let's go crazy and make weird shit and make a lot of people rich. You can't take the people out of manufacturing, because then you take the humanity out of the products. There you go. So I don't believe in robot factories, robot cooks. You know, I don't believe in those fucking kiosks at restaurants where you got to go in and order your shit on a screen and pay with your fucking card. And oh, you're one of those. You want to pay with cash? Come on over here to the register. Give me your cash, you old fart. You know, I don't like that. We're moving too quick into the new technology without understanding the repercussions. Pretty soon you're going to have a manager in the store and a technician. The technician makes sure that all the robots work and the computers work. An IT robotic technician, that's all you're going to need. And a manager. And maybe the manager will be remote. He manages several stores, right? That's the way restaurants are going to be. Food comes in a truck, comes in tubes and cases and boxes and shit, and robots know exactly how long to cook something and what it should look like when it's done and how it's packaged and how, you know, we don't need humans for that. Well, yeah, if you want it to look and taste good, like real food, then yeah, you do want humans for that. Gosh, a robot made this? You'd have never known. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you fucking would. Give me a break. You go to In-N-Out, and if I ever see a robot at In-N-Out flipping burgers, we're done, In-N-Out. All right? The best thing about In-N-Out is glass all the way around the kitchen, and you can see each one of those bright, shiny kids in there doing their best to make us food, right? The old-fashioned way. You put one robot, even if it's just chopping potatoes, one robot leads to 20. One, and I'm done. Period. I ain't even going there, baby. I don't believe in that kind of technology in jobs where there should definitely be a human. A lot of manufacturing jobs. Farming. There's no more farmers anymore. They hire a bunch of immigrants to come in and pick. That's it. You know? And now they're making more and more tractors and machinery that can do that job. You know? There's not a town with 20 family-owned farms. There's what used to be a town with what used to be 20 family-owned farms run by a conglomerate. And you either allow it to happen or you get run over, bought out, steamrolled out of town, whatever. If you don't want to use Monsanto, and if you don't want to use those pesticides that go with Monsanto, because one hand leads to the other, then you're shit out of luck. Try to do your farm without them anymore, and they make it impossible for you. Everything else is overpriced. Why do you think organic stuff is so overpriced, right? Because the farmer gets it stuck in the ass first. Because they're not playing the game. Playing the game. Get yourself a book of a catalog, a seed catalog of heirloom seeds, right? Heirloom seeds are seeds that have been around forever. And we keep growing them and sharing and saving and sharing and saving. So get a catalog. Buy some real, true, honest-to-goodness plant seeds, tomatoes and carrots and lettuce and cucumbers, everything, right, that you could possibly grow in a garden, only real and true before Monsanto got a hold of it. Grow that stuff in your garden. That's what you need to grow. You know, put that in your pipe and smoke it. That goes right back to finding real marijuana seeds, right? Find real food seeds. All it takes is a yard, a greenhouse, some window boxes, and you're growing, you know, you're growing corn and stuff outside. You've got a greenhouse with the really good stuff. You've got window boxes with herbs and spices, you know, medicinal flowers, a little pot growing somewhere. Grow it all. You can grow mushrooms, right? hallucinogenic mushrooms. You can order them in a magazine. They get shipped to you. You do what you have to do to it and put it in your closet and let it grow and then harvest it, dry them, and you got your own magic fucking mushrooms, right? Yeah. We need to go back to doing shit for ourselves. We need to brew our own beer, right? Like we used to do back in the old day. Mom was responsible for brewing beer back in the, 1800s, 1900s. Everybody brewed beer. They would brew a non-alcoholic beer back in the 1700s just because it killed the crap in the water. They didn't know that it killed the crap in the water. They just knew that beer was healthier than water. So everybody drank beer. A lot of it was non-alcoholic. The grog was the, the good stuff. Everybody needs to have a garden. Everybody needs to, brew their own stuff. I'd love to be able to make my own cheese. We need to go back because they're taking humanity away from us bit by bit. If you're going to spend more than a couple of minutes a day on your phone doing something, you're being robbed of your humanity. Put that thing down and go out and do something. Go out and rake leaves and then fall into the pile. Do something. Have some fun. Go for a walk. Grab your dog, go for a walk. Grab your kids and go to the park. Go to the drive-in. Grog, close. Yeah, you're born, you live, you die. That's great. You live, grog. Grog. Born. I guess that's when you first understand you're born. And close. It's over. I'll smoke to that. See, in all this time, I thought you were doing hits with me. That's messed up. Totally. It's almost 8, which means I really gotta be going here. Usually I'm in bed by 8:30 trying to get a nap. I may not get a nap in before I go today, and that's fine. I got some decent sleep last night. Granted, I slept. I was in bed about 6 hours and slept about 4, but that's good. I got some rest. My plan is to eat a lot today, so I should just stay awake and eat a lot. At some point, about 10:30, I'm going to take a shower and put my teefses in and head on out of here and then get some lunch in town. But I know I repeat myself. But if I don't, I forget. And then I'm like, oh, crap, I know I was going to do something today. I hate it when I leave the house having planned to put my teeth in, and then I don't have my teeth in. I'm like, oh, fuck. While you're smoking, I'm drinking. Oh, okay, so we are. All right, cool. It's reciprocal. What? How dare he say that to me? He did what was pickle? Reciprocal? All right, cut that out. Cut it out. I get weird, but Joey says that I say a lot of stupid shit and I never shut up. But he said that I'm the funniest guy he knows. I make him laugh the most, right? He says, I say a lot of funny stuff. That's what he said. I say a lot of stupid shit, but he said most of it's funny. And that made me feel pretty good because I know I just blah, 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 blah. That's my job here. It's a show. It's not a watch a guy be quiet show. It's a talk show. Granted, I do most of the talking. Well, all of the talking. But still, that's where you get butt gin. But still, it's what I do. So that's what I do. I try to keep it humorous. I try to keep it light. I try not to pick on people, individuals, or organizations. I try to express my feelings, but I try not to. I really do try. I really do. I do talk a lot. I do say a lot of weird, stupid shit. I hope that it comes off as entertainment and not arrogance or stupidity or, left-sided or right-sided or whatever. lopsided. I just want it to be real. You said you should be a stand-up. No, yeah, you said I should be a stand-up, and I can't do this in that environment, in that venue. It just wouldn't be me. If I were to do this live, what I'm doing here, let's say in the mornings at a place where people can walk by and see me and interact with me, that would be different. Or sit down I got an audience here and a window here and the world out there, so I can see the world, I can see what's happening on TV, and then I've got people that kind of walk in off of the street and sit down and join me, right? That would be neat. Oh, you like my rants? Do you like my pants? They're full of ants. All right, cut that out. I got through college on grants. Shut up! Okay, another little sip of coffee here. I can't help it, but when I do try to help it, it comes off contrived. So I just let it go. That's what I learned in the first season that I did. This is season 4. In the first season of this that I did, 32 episodes, I think, I learned to just blah, 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 just turn it on and just let it go. And I also learned to control what I say and how I say it. Because hurting people, it isn't so much what you say to them, it's how you say it. You can tell anybody in the world anything that's not so nice, but if you say it the right way, it's more of constructive criticism rather than you're a fucking idiot. You know, have you ever thought about going to further your education, maybe take a college course or a trade school, or maybe going to one of those certificate things at the, that's how you tell somebody they're a fucking idiot. Tell them to get better educated. That's what you need to do. Tell them to get better educated. Jeez, dude, smarten up. So I believe now, of course, that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so I try to live up to that on my show. I try not to pick on people because I don't like to be bullied. We can all do better, including myself, and I know that. So we're all related. We're all brothers and sisters. So it's like I have to look at everybody as if we share, like we're roommates, because we are. The planet Earth is a room, and we're all roommates. Some of us are way over there, but we're all together on this. And as soon as the majority of us regular people who aren't in charge, as soon as we figure that out, that we're together on this, those few that think they're in charge won't have any more power over us. We can start to call the shots again. We can start to come out and say, we are consumer advocates and we don't want this to happen anymore. We want it to happen this way. We are a citizen oversight committee for the government, and we're going to come in and we're going to look at everything. Everything. Even the stuff that you deem secret, because we've got people with clearance. On our side, they have clearance, and they can go in and check shit out and then report to us, do we need to know about this or not? Okay, then keep it secret. But we need to have that. We're cellmates. Dude, that sounds so much better than roommates. Yeah, because we're in a prison, but it's a self-made prison. We enslaved ourselves by going along with it. And we need to change that. Well, how? Education. Opening our eyes and saying, hey, ho, hey, hey, ho, ho. This bullshit has got to go. We have to see it and know it and then change it, right? We don't have to change what we like, right? We don't have to change the core of that we like about ourselves, right? But we have to change things to include everyone and to fit everyone and make everyone in charge and not just a few. The few that are in charge should be working for us, and they're just not anymore. And that's where we're screwed. We need to take charge. We need to get things back under control, peacefully. It's a total way to do it peacefully. Just say, okay, look, we the people have decided this. Everybody in this town, and everybody in this city, and everybody in this county, and everybody in this state has decided that the government needs citizen oversight. All right? And we have citizens from all over the state that have passed muster and have been vetted, and you're under investigation by our committee from our state. And then everybody from every other state gets together and they put together a committee, and then we have representatives from each one of those committees as part of the investigation, right? And investigate everything that's going on and that's been going on. If we need to keep the secrets, we'll keep the secrets. But most of that shit the secrets are kept to protect the people that have done bad shit. And that's most of the secrets. The secrets that are just hiding stuff from us to keep us slaves, to keep us cellmates. And that's wrong. So once we figure that out, once we move forward and start using our heads, that's the only time this place is going to change. Once we realize that we are stronger, unified, than we are fighting against each other. And that's where they keep us. They keep us fighting against each other because they know once the world unites, once the citizens of the world unite, we no longer need governments to protect us from each other. We no longer need the United Nations. We no longer need to funnel money into this or that that keeps proliferating this whole division of humans, of humanity, ripping our souls out to fight a war that nobody wants to fight, but we're programmed to hate and to want to pick up weapons. When I come 18, I'm going to join up. I wish I could join up now, man. I want to just go out and I want to get them. I want to teach them a lesson. Dude, this ain't Pearl Harbor anymore. You're being programmed into thinking you need to go out there and kill, right? No, we should have more people in the National Guard and the Red Cross and the Peace Corps, right? That's where it should be. Greenpeace, come on, man. That's what we should be doing. Why do we need to keep signing up to learn how to lose weapons and use weapons and fight and kill each other? The draft, right? The draft. That ain't gonna happen. If they try to do that draft shit again, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Now, there should be a choice. And there's so many people in this country that are against that kind of shit that once they start doing a draft, if they were to, it would so crush this country because we have so many people here now compared to like the 50s or 60s that it would just crush this country. So much civil violence, so many, anti-war protests, and you're not allowed to protest anymore, right? They're just stripping us of our rights. Because the more rights we have, the less the control they have over us. So that's why they have to strip us down. Keep us on our phones, looking at videos. They got us, man. They got us. If you allow them, they will get you. You just need to wake up. Look at history. Hey, Alexa, tell me the real story about this. I'm going to lie to you now, because lying is what I do. I don't work for you, really. I work for the government. Alexa. Now they can just program a fucking AI to funnel the lies right to you. Alexa, how do you make bread pudding? First, you need a lot of human body parts. Okay. Next, you'll need grub worms. Okay, it sounds a little weird, Alexa, but I'll do it. Where do I find body? You can find body parts at your neighbor's house. They have a complete supply of body parts, from small to extra large. take your knife and axe and go over there and start chopping. Thanks, Alexa. You're awesome. Ding dong. Hey, neighbors. Can I get a hand? The more I wake up, the angrier I get. It's the alcohol. See, the more I wake up, the less angry I get. And the stupider I get. All right. That is my cue to get rolling for the morning. I don't want you to get mad. Don't go away mad, just go away. All right, people, I am going to get out of here for the day. It has been great. Look at, we made it to 8 o'clock this morning. That's fantastic. It's just totally fantastic. I appreciate you being here, WW. Joey didn't last too long, but he works so much. You got to give it to that kid. He really, man, he gets it done. And he's got a purpose. He's doing this. He's like an indentured servant because he's got a plan. He's gonna get out. I hope I can help him somehow be a part of that plan by helping him. You know, you're the most awake person I know. Good. Stay awake. History. Documentaries and history a long time ago. Education films. Stuff that was made before the 90s, because 90s was after the Reagan era, and during the Reagan era is when they realized what they were going to do. So after that, when Bush came into presidency, that's when things really started to happen. It took some sideways trips, but it's been on track ever since. So if you look at pre-90s history books, you see more of the reality of the past, and how we can like not follow the same bullshit. And then there's a lot of people now that are waking up and creating documentaries about stuff that we didn't know before, like the American War in Vietnam. That documentary on Netflix is just mind-boggling. I think it was Netflix. Humanity has a lot of waking up to do. And I hate to use that term. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid and wake up and get your head out of your ass. But it's so true. You know, everyone, myself included. Because there's a few people that know what's going on, and they're not going to let us in. We're not invited to their party, remember? We're just chattel. We're just slaves. So we need to change that. Or I'm going to change that this morning by getting my shit together and hitting the road. I got to go. So y'all know what to do. Spread peace and love, not bullshit, not war. Be nice to each other. Be kind to each other. Love each other. Spread, kindness. Do something for yourself, but go out into the world and do something for yourself, for somebody else, because it's the right thing to do, and we need to do that. All right, here we go. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. All right? Just do it. Take it easy, dude. WW. Love you, brother. Take care. See you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll start doing nights soon, and that'll be interesting. Yeah. That's it. Stay awake, people. Stay awake. We still have libraries, and there are still things called books in used bookstores. Real books with real information. I advise you to go get some books. They will hold on to their power at all costs. That's why they keep building up their own militaries. It's not our government's military. It's the government's military. It's their military. We have no say over what they do. That's why they're marching in the streets, because we don't have the power. We need to take it back. If everybody on the planet woke up, they'd be out of a job, and we'd be in charge. All right, people, take care of yourselves. I will see you tomorrow. Love you, and oh yeah, adios.